Yes, yes, I'm enough for baby.
You for
I'm not. I'm going to give Nan and Frank a chance, Massa. So when himself will be a common.
Chelsea wants more of the same. Hey,
City France here, company.
Well, never swap. Well, the over ends on the economy and cobre.
Oh, but Namian Lukeni and now. Those are a community shield game, so Mimper say you better so much on it. But I think that, and many that school of thought are more say ya na Man City about season in the area, and Yema and Queen Menon Bayadring. Oh, City minute. Oh, City
How is the team not good?
It's a more ancestor now, no more the green lines road Court Barcelona.
Rich. Maybe when you say Rodri deal, no, City for no are getting more than what Barcelona are getting. Rich, then City for Rodri maybe.
Ani akenken nyina dia ma no ye nsua 104.5 FM woko YouTube andona eno so obenya so na fe also wetime apape bera aya subscribe ya anytime be a video be abeba no so nsabeka na eja yeso yetime awura kaka na eno so etime aboa ye penta no pe yaba nti twani na ene ma nso nya kama emfama won hyehyia wodo so bera wodim sa ana Arsenal wo budi nkomo aranjure na Alvarez ye de nyina ede eba ana fe ade Hurricane so akasa sa obefiri Bayern na so otena Bayern no eno nso nkoba kakra ha yadi bro ewo dwumade so we ene nsam kaye pi na wonsa eka ena no pe enti wanya adwane ye dia ye ni jakaka na eno nso mu aseda no eko edia ma Rexona makato se 72 hours e man kapapa eja ho Rexona ni wo so ma ho aye hwehwem Rexona se wo so de anopa no yo bi amfifire etato pa dia eden carbon na ejira ho e ba sa na wanya Rexona 72 hours na eno so abo ma ho aye hwehwem ye pa wo ko provi ya cancer baby ya ton spray bia benya bia to na fe baby ya ton body splash bia no wo so nsa etimi account there ene ye Rexona na me kanfo edi ama we no so sadia Telecel we be my hit promo no edi aba Telecel my hit promo na offer na no adare star 500 has star 500 has and yes come di che won sub account there 1 million Ghana cedis and no every month bia wo mo afe eno 20,000 and every week so benya bia di and 100 Ghana every day no won so set me account there Telecel my hit promo kwaya be fa so benya bi ni ma won so sika so enya djuma je suis Telecel play up no and yes send this care na also recharge say no sa kwana so na bebo na fe Telecel my hit promo no also wetimi enya scar credit na and so etimi boy position no and opa bia also de na wedi jewie wo pe drink bi e dia fa wenu man pato e Belmont and no ye non-alcoholic malt drink original one dia we dwaman so no e Belmont to fa dawroma and o me dia banti e yi obi na wo engagement bi outdoor in event bi and I am part of Belmont no man second their birthday party and I just also have ya and ya Belmont pato and no I mortar and no ye non-alcoholic drinker and original one what to there open do to no me so betima first no 0544335900 and as 0544355800 now one set to my candy come na and so to my boy pa wo ma down on mo else asene ABC games no yankasi ABC diana ye dia ya krade wo for na no Dar star 262 has na was select 3 letters wo select 3 letters no ne ye do na letter ba kwa pie ma and sika di try bon premier nsa mienu pie ma pato sika di try no ye bon pre ade se enwotwe ade ama ana face miensa pie ma and ye 2 times mistake na dami so benya sika die pa na eno so atima boy pa wo matawroma eno e free 5 Ghana echo ana betimi atwa ABC games ni bi national lottery authority at the stamp ni de asisu ntaya no antwen na eno so atima ye kama now yankati de so rambo yenni nkoba kakra ewo yen hihia wo do so me pato de tie anopa game ba ko betotwa eno kura ye awia aye no friendly game eba so eno pa me ne gbobo ko no me ne hedane ana ebo eno ye one friendly game anopa me dey say Adama Sadat no wukọ UEFA Champions League and the qualifications no the final stage na no so etoja Vakin and then you no song community no Zagreb game na yenya Leon Boboko no women so ene Fenerbahce na ebo afi Lovski Air Sofia women AEK Athens and so Ponti ano ye UEFA Champions League qualification final stage and pay me DJ kakra and the amount when she also away from that after you started the so proper yending kobaka transfer but mamin ko FIFA na me free FIFA bana yet me ba be din kobaka na uko FIFA but paying power na teso yesio and ma FIFA ayo penyan de Kevin Ayalamo na anwa anabeto just Kevin Lamo enya jeduma no story de buy na man for a reporter sisi no ayo pro any against womo you pro for Yan Infantino no as Infantino na asakino and after so mo against Infantino no so reporter say wo pay na nkasa na resign na DSC papa tini once Yan Infantino at the sign the FIFA business issue no eba ama hodo ni nyina ebogu say nya de say womo beji atum na yesi DSC say wo pay ni say Infantino ni omudi nkoba na yesa nkoba no ni omudi yam enti on the sabio wo bi afan so anya aduma fama na sa samba babonte na so nim ho hwedi a ene na tase aduma no ye ne sen and the gina so no dia resign aduma no we jai dia to atase no enso nto aso nya biem and na man fon so ekreti ministry say da bi we dia me say Yan Infantino nkasa ana tase asakene no ye report kakwan so eja etotwa e wo dwumade so ene anopa ye kreche dem away from that no ma me nko manim kakwa na me nko aye scholar na uko scholar nda yasi omo efe no ade aba betu jase Infantino omo nto aba mfama no once Infantino pesa the next time no ankaja omo koto aba na ye nto aba ne mfama no na yasi okọ Scotland womo de omo so mayo mo ho womo akensi papa no pa and this na anti se bia about oba be na tesa womo efe no ato aba ade aba ndia de bi anya de so beto aba ade ma Yan Infantino isi no womo nyina ni UEFA womo nyina ehwe kwankromu entano so ye nkoba kakwan so a phone media by you be so say DNT say papa ne transparency eni nafa anafe wono ni dwumade no odin sabe e kama se katasesa ni atade no papa ne dimu ntintiba ye pa ento mo de enya de so beto so ni na ye dwuma bi nti ade ankoba kakwa so eja eba e we dwumade so ene anopa me ka che de ma now ma me nko e tutosport me nko din nkoba kakwa wonim se tutosport wo mo na eba no Golden Boys Awards na wo mo so eye every year bia me pato this year dia no eba so de na me kodin nkoba wo mo se wo mo de the top 10 at the Abana top 10 no player only team Barcelona player autosumi no Barcelona player in a person of Pau Kobase yes ordinary LED by points so and then about say omoye Golden Boy Awards now Pau Kobase and abekwa jama Lamine Yama autosumi no better abusia de tene Lamine Yama nankasa de anya de say this season and I said this year award no ebetimi akọ Adiama Brante no it's as a Golden Boy Award no yes tutos for womuru somebody ya chese eno wadia ba kope wontimi ngije ntoto aso ni ade nti eno ye de ntia Lamine Yama wonu su entimi emeki answante ni otoso miensa Jean Diamante anafe waranzari amre otoso enan enum nso Ayubwade anafe Abranta de tin enso Frohot wonu so otoso Esia enso Abranta de tin ade Victor wonu so ho no aba benya Hendrick na aba benya Junior Krupe anafe William Estavao enso toso du enti tutosport wo mu Golden Boy Awards no me pato sabe pe na rank ne etie ena no pe ameka che kakra e dia ma wo duma de su na me antwe ne kakra na yakwa nim na prop controller Man City aduma no na wo documentary bi wo ho awaye na afi ana documentary no epie bank kanka na di documentary section we no edit back in 2024 ana sa story ya me de bell no anu su esi ya na yesi Man City e wo game o ni Juventus boy na wo mo ball first half we ya wo mo call dressing room e ho ana yesi Pep Guardiola e wo gate Manchester City players ne say wono wone ne yere awade anya de so ne yere etwa so biem na de ntia woni ne yere jai awade no afe ana secret ne ababante papa ne se ne yere nya so ompe no opene pa ana obisa ne yere sa wo pem no Pep Guardiola ma me be kasa ne wo Pep Guardiola ye pa bet ade ba kunche mo mu jai awade no divorce ne ba ye enso ye se wo hema passing enso enim ento gina so de akata Man City players ne se so we player na asia kan ade Manchester City ball winim ne body de better sa passing anywhere something inside you na a bit my energize na wetima bo kem ni ye e de Man City ni se nu ha wano on do and so our park no so enti ano anana no pay revelation eba say Pep Guardiola de nto ne yiri jae no enye so mo mpom ho odo no ho bibia ho kama but wase awade mu ayo to na nkasa na header ni ho pass na wa awade no no eno ni wa eni ti na tese amusu ta awade ene Pep Guardiola jodi pa e wo dwuma de so nti wo so two player biafo we player ball no winim no body e beta uti park ni so a ade ba ko ese wo ye ese football no po with passing ene wo you akuma nyina no watima bo edom ana ba nsa na tese ma football no enso akwa danso ene enkoba kakwa nso etotwa e wo dwuma de so ene ana pa mi ka che dem na ma men twane kakwa na menko aya ya cancel La Liga na min kodi nkoba kakra awa La Liga na widim sa na nota ana hatefe epo mu game ewie ya aba mba be ka to say wo head coach ayo panya ni dinadi Portales aba be ka say Rafi at the game enso against omo reporter na no permin second year ya say uko Spainer and Rafi's junior no ya so ma transfer no ma transfer some na papa ne kan no wo mo say home ye pa beta another some be reported and so ede ama discipline committee no nemam job ye ni wo mo say ya warning and no me mo panya ni dinadi Portales wo mo ka chance sa de na bi sansi bi ma and wo betwa no report eba sa so twe be ko adjama no and wo mo ka te adult Spanish clubs ni nyina say league na sa ase de say impo referee bia ye wade na say wadi nti hu a eno no twe na de bread referees no no ma say referee no wo mo ko yem na say enwunya so mo ma na so twe be na wo so twe na say pa so be ba bonte na sabi o ba kika nsam de wo mo say enya de say wo mo fa sansam no so no report and pato eba ena no pay make it today and so the man na Madrid about friendly game Madrid wo mo ni Sakaro for and about friendly game by 2 days ago report am in second year Madrid for ya so mo tete wo mo kan ya ade nyina film no Madrid enya 1.5 million euros 1.5 million euros inti and also a friendly game Madrid boy no sika apie man na no pay no make it today at the man na make Manchester United makwa kodin ko bakakra na wo ko Manchester United and pay report am in second year Bruno Fernandes captain at the team no ya say wo many Abrantenesia wo say on person o ye counter the sense na sa counter the sense na Abrantene no afa no mo twere ho yes am so mo de ma Abrante no ana fa Salavi Venture so mo san de ka ho edema no asada te no anya no kwa wo say Abrante no ene no so mo de release clause and so the son contract no and the government said dan chan come bia and the team be help Abrante na and won so who activate a bia watime nya Abrante no release clause no yes am so a region of 65 million pounds 65 million pounds no and so to mo 20 at say wo mo so di sebo e dey ma Abrante to where 65 million euros kra and is a person auto Bruna and e wo Manchester na witimi miti 65 na tesa no so ene ma tiba koso ye ene reporter na no pay no eba e wo dwumade so a make a check akwa e dey ma away from Manchester United men come anim kakwa na menin come na meba be Manchester transfer e dey ma beta ma men come be success mbra reporter na no pay mensa ekane once oko Argentina wo mu Abrante ni din adi Nico Gonzalez na Nico Gonzalez reporter mensa kane ya say ono ankaso on said anya happy and so awo Juve na ya say be success din kobo ata so mo pa Abrante no on loan na sa on loan di no mo pa no anya long kwa wo mo chaza se ko ba se Abrante de bowie nanka ene se obeto so a normal activity ASR ni release course no Abrante so atime adwuma no e dia mo no reporter ene anope eba e wo dwuma die so a make check kakwa enso dia ma na ma men twene kakwa na men ko banim na me pato ye Chelsea fan atiem ye pa yasi Chelsea owners no efani BGC ye pa se wo mo stake e wo Chelsea na so mo ton na emu ba ku ye Todd Bowley na anya Todd Bowley nkwa opanya ni dini adi aya Mike aya Water na wansa womo so ekwa the minority sales and so awo air Chelsea womo sales no fia bi aya 12.8% per and your sales at so womo so wo e Chelsea bobo konum na reporter men second year yes Chelsea for a meeting womo ko meeting na womo ko agree on the terms sir once pepe ameka say openya de Todd Bowley gwano na oye time and Adema Chelsea yati se season ba na we ya Clelake for no a propose obia woman so ade ne ba be time and our Chelsea ama so oni kwano Chelsea anena ko pre-contract atase ano so woman boss season wi ebe matro na fenso no aba be Chelsea chairman na minimum da se sadia no anatase akwakofa hit ade aba yesi ene Todd Bowley and Mark Air Waters. That's all my sauce, no, one beton. Na Omusika pa, I want to also Bobo Konum, no, I have 5 billion. Yes, Omusika air 5 billion pounds. And so, okay, can you this year near? And to say, Kobala, so Mumia do Chomo, no maton, Adiama Cleric for now. Not as a cleric, and Nay Chelsea Bobo Kono, and so Ababe Omogenti, and here Chelsea Pato, Womo, no, Minimada, he said, Emutaba, and Kanka, reporter. I would do media swa and they make it Adiama now. Woke up Mounted Bobo Kona. Yes, Martins will be mended. Robert Tessa, Omania Martins will be mended. Wombe pay pa. In fact, by 2 seasons ago. Now a Branton will move it so and son of Branton Johnny team and in there the Arsenal. She said, yes, man, the first uncle back. Woman as a Serbia Dancha Comabianum. Omania Martins will be mended and there will be mended Swaba Edmano. Ediamon Kobaka Queta. I would do media sweat. Make it Ediamasa Kobasa. So Arsenal about 12 Brantana. Yes, a region of 65 million euros. And yes, come Martin bet metia and so many Martin to be mended. And also the Epam. I went to media soon now. My main phone call high sense. High sense so only the factory tower promo no at the moment you man matete so and if you're on the 18th fee and I tell so much almost for the chemo our market here. Uba bibi betobiano a discount and that's all say refrigerators a test freezers. I was in my smart TV and that's lesa a TV no sub account there what be the sound system shopper air conditioners leaning on a brown from entire factory direct promo and your winning come I was 0302550000 Ghana fana babiano ubenyo mu showroom Kumasi anim said here and your doom post office in town boho tafa Zaria chance town so ubenyo mu Kumasi timo anu so mo ho takwa de woko oboasa ubenyo mu mankasim ubenyo ma fe woko voter regional ho he ana do ani temo our eastern regional koforidwa and also tamale ubenyo mu tachiman ubenyo mu sunyane wo meni ai bi and the denim twen kan dia baby bebre high sense bi wo mu so akwa na fe so akwa to ne mapana and also tuma ya kama kulon Ghana limited edi no pa na omedi aba wo mo edi huntu capture aba eye meme duro ebo be me bia for urinary tract infections we e be ma adun so tetem odun so a woti ya wo be me ma edo me kan fide ma ye huntu capture anopai ma unsan kan dia afi wo me de me sake so aba eye meme duro be ma wo bo wjo be ma wo mens ma ba fam wontibi nya aduma wontibi mu aduma pato wedro ne ano na obia no mpe entiba unsan so enkan dia na fe so empeja o libido num ene edu se be ma okosina nim a wetima ya aduma ne ye pa e ma duro enswapa wo ba bia wedro ye araba bazenta beta no na bo ba bia we oba na utemi menstrual pains menstrual disorders and atitu ampato e ya na tese wonso ma unsa account dia na no so tima bo ye pa ene edupa dodo na so ati atumte ene twama so benya bia to wo confirmation ni track shop bia no me so betima so afresh ni 0244275 429 na wanya kunun Ghana limited edupa na misika metal loan no aya disman service loans ano mo dia pa wa mo tasa we are mobile money agent na wo so uni e-kasa wo fa phone na wa dial star 171 has na wo wona tiko wo ko savings and loans wo na wa select ayo loans na fe wa select misika wo select misika twice na 5000 Ghana na betum wetumi dia dujuma aya disman service loans and the opportunity we so de man kwakwa entaya no am wani agete na tese eno so etimi aboye pa eno etimi amenkan fo na menkan to se sisi Franco Trading Enterprise wo mu phones ne e kama pa se aye Nokia Samsung iPhones no won sabe kan de and they have just ban se wani enso cho original phones Franco ana dini nyina e de ba smart TV na wato de wo me de charge freezers wo me de air conditioners wo me de blender wo me de generators CCTV cameras na ka de nyina no won sa account de wo me no message 0245 31 0116 and answer 0501 538 605 Franco de Edum baby unsabe come na tese anu so atima ya kama edama wo matawruma wo mugusu so ya sena amana ne nsam no yade aba na meko Ifshi town na makwa kwadi nkoba kakra na okwa Ifshi town boboko na reporter mensaka ese ball fall over course wo mabranta ne dia de Ezekiel Palacios wo mo head officer paid na anso eko na ene no mo twensa ebia nkofo no bejatum wo mutumi dituma as yele so aba ya tena dia ene yebewu se store ne trend de de sabranta no Ifshi town boboko no anase Ifshi town wo mo so etumi asa abranta no ene reporter mensaka e wo tuma de so na meko Saudi Pro League ne Galatasaray Medin Koba kakran Koba mensaka ne abranta ne de Rafael Leao Ready said the Saudi Fono and the Din Komoye Pa. Yes, so my far Brantane camp. I didn't come up Bisasa, a quine Dawana, a quine Dawa, Saudi Pro League, you know, Ombea Branta. The day Rafael Leo from AC Milan, or also Manama Tumanum, Matista Fenabate, Edin Komo, Matista Galatasaray, and Swedin Comanti, and your reporter Mensakam, and we're air to Media so Man City. As you said, the Adiano transfer deadline, or Jean Close here, we might be Kenya, Elliot Anderson, Sisiano Dia. Aka Ayub Brody Anafe Ansu Fernandez and FIFA so many 3 players we menya to man Tidani Rendes enya kwadia Rodrigo Cascante Ansu kwadia emwa 3 players we no so metimi nyom na Abrama City we musu FIFA no we metime ya tuma no Manchester United mekoko din koba Manchester so we me de omo kan sa de ba ko ehi omo pa no left back we must left back and ehi omo ye pa and it's a season we are Manchester United ebe signing dia left back and ombenya no mo sweatman sign ebi ombedun se ebi ombenya another midfielder na midfielder ne de enya de ya omo headache de Manchester United headache sisia no left back ho and so mo so enya player bi besom na we ye duma na duma mo ane yankoba kakwan so amensaka Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang another one so esa the first goal Edma Deportivo La Colonia once when ya train na no da mebedi ne onkoba kakwa and not when you first go and so Edia Matino and the man ya kama Edma Branta no man now me kwanama kolasio no madin kobakakwa reporter mensaka ne Maro Icardi ya say Abranta ne return to Italy na Oretania Lazio Boboko no and ya say womane Galafo din koba say bia Abranta no obasa babaka no baba ya djuma no Syria no na tese and so atmapo ne reporter Maro Icardi fina kate Edia bana me commanded makwa kodin kobakakwa na Madrid Abanta ni dinadi Thiago Pitat player Edma Madrid na no Madrid Kasia ho afe na Abanta no assigning his senior contract Edma Madrid Boboko na say first team player and he said Abanta no woko Madrid wanuka senior players no and you Thiago Pitat reporter if I could kati adi aba now reporter mensaka ne woko Racing Club Santadola mpato detebie Wabu player baako ha netina so adi Sergio Martinez wanya 19 years na we midfielder yase mad de say or a long term project at the momo na joma so mpesa wamukofa kodano na afe wonu so ba be aduma no edema mama de se o mede ne ba wo mede ne be ko kase ankoda mu ho na wakwa akobo ho kakra ne mumia wo makofo made aba bebo de senior team na yase sisia na 3 million ene eska so metimitwa 3 million euros na yase made de se o mu odidi ye pasa 3 million euros no awasoro anka racing for betiasia wo mte bono so nkwade a ene Sergio Martinez wono beba mounted na eta dancer come bia yaka the senior players abante so atima be yatuma adama madil boboko no na me ko temene na makwakwodi nkoma kakwa na Hurricane esia kan ade emapaya Munich boboko no Ballon d'Or enter na ebaso London ana yabe Ballon d'Or gala no na amanfa sase ebisa Hurricane se Ballon d'Or no beti anaso onte abante se yanka mo bianta sa be 2-3 months nie dia so ye bia in football wa ya vie enti wono Ballon d'Or no enyo no nekwa no anu kira omo be kwa akotwa ba no so enti so moto na ono Hurricane na yayi ni se ono ya winner na ni bedi ye pa wase Ballon d'Or aye trophy award wo bia nya na ni je we player na won pesa award we dia sabio na o player na we no head on tiasem enti ono wonya award na o peye pa beta o se nche din sem enya ni sem na wo mo kwa ko vote no wo mo na beta se on na be ye ɔbɛyɛ winner anaasɛ ɔnyɛ winner na deɛ ɛbɛma na yɛ winner no nso deɛ 3 months ago wɔawiewie biribiara dada ɛne yɛn nkɔbɛ kakra nso ɔde twitwa ane ebisa sɛ ne contract with Bayern no tambɛn ana wini hɔ ne ba no sɛ nokra wɔma sɛ discussions na sɛ in fact last week ana ɔsɛ wɔn ɛsɛ asɛ wɔn didi nkɔmɔ ɛne week days bia no Bayern fɔ no ɛbɔ no wɔn kan no wɔn di hu nkɔmɔ wɔsɛ kwanko bia so ɔbɛyɛ extension no nso ɛde amatim no wɔn ɛyɛ good way na tɛsɛ no nso ɛtumi abɔ yɛ paa wɔsɛ aka 1 year ɛyɛ nokra ɔno ɔyɛ awɛ bɛta oguso a wɔde tim ne di nkɔmɔ so wɔn bɛhu kwan a wɔn bɛfa so wɔn bɛyɛ extension no ɛne yɛ nkɔmɔ kakra nso ha ɔbɛkɛ na ɛde pa ɛwɔ dwumadie so ɛnɛ anɔpɛ mi kɛkyɛ kakra dɛm na ma mi kɔ FC Porto mi nkɔ di nkɔmɔ kakra wɔ Porto akate na ɔmo wɔ Santi Examiners na akoda we yɛsɛ bɔ wɔ nim ni bɔ yɛ paa na ɔmo akɔ di nkɔmɔ atɛsɛ ɔmo nso hɛ sɛ wɔn mɛtumi nya Santi Examiners na wɔaba abɛyɛ adwuma no nso ɛde ama ɔmo ɛsan sɛ wɔn nso ɔmo akɔ AC Milan wɔn kɔ AC no ɔfa na ɔmo de kɔ no bid no officially ɛne ɛbɛsu na ɔmo de official bid ne kɔ na ɛntiasɛ ne nya badeɛ ɛne Porto wɔn anya ɔmo player akoda no nso akɔ bɔ ɔmo nso ɛwɔ the Portuguese League ɛne yɛn nkɔmɔ kakra nso a mɛnsɛ ka ɛwɔ dwumadie so ne now ma menyɛ Nhyira na Alvarez menya ne sɔwe no ɛmfama mo na first take Arsenal for no mongada ha na menwie saa sɔwe ɛmfama mo reporter mɛnsɛ ka yɛ sɛ Arsenal ɛdi nkɔmɔ na nkɔmɔ Arsenal ɛdi nyinaa no players na Arsenal for pɛ sɛ ɔmo gya ɔmo kwan no wɔn ɛnya ngya ɔmo kwan maba bɛka kyɛw sɛ Hebre Jesus nano da ɔmo bɔ ɔmo kem na Hebre Jesus nka ho afei Gabriel Martinelli wɔn se wɔn bɛgya ne kwan ana Martin Odegaard ne din kwan ne nam ɛno adam meba bɛdi hu nkɔmɔ ɛde kyerɛ reporter me sɛ kanie sɛ saa players ne nyinaa kɔ a Arsenal ayɔ ɔmo adwen sɛ one bɛ sign 2 players na 2 players in fact saa 2 players in fact ma menye the same one be the 2 players na apa atasa upfront no striking force no one be yimu baako saa 2 players no aya banta ni dina di Julian and Alvarez ana feke no ya doza one a player dima juve we a 2 players ha ya say Arsenal for na di o mani abu say omunya mu baako na Julian and Alvarez di ande abobaka ana ba ya say wɔn yɛ ɔmo adwene sɛ ɔmo de Victor Jokeres ɛbɛyɛ swap deal na nkɔmɔ kɔ akɔfa Julian Alvarez ɛde aberante n'aba bɛɛdi nyinaa no egyina sɛ Arsenal tumi gya players kwan ansa na sɛ Julian Alvarez nkɔmɔ no wɔn mɛtumi adi wɔn mɛtumi adi na deɛ ama sisi na Arsenal ɛnhyɛ dɛ ho saa deal ne yɛ kura ne yɛ sɛ wɔn si de Atletico Madrid ɛyɛ with Barcelona no wɔn ahu sɛ bi akɔda no to ano ɔmo mpɛ sɛ wɔn bɛtɔ no ama na kɔ baabi a this season esan sɛ Diego Simeone ɛna countless suffocation wɔde nkɔmɔ sɛ aberante ne squad no we hear mu ye pa apanya ne din anso ade girls anso ade nkomo sa banto no hia no afeso Matthew Alamani ataso Sporting Taweta aka mo bi atase abanto no monto ne this season and to your club na wo pa banto ne dia Julian Alvarez na ne won so asese o ne ma ye ano na ma Arsenal for edro so okay sa na situation is tie dia and the Canon Yarders one de o Juve in fact Juve for enyo madwin so mbeto akoda ne beta one ne wansam no and this is Julian Alvarez there no and this an ebekɔ dia o matense no ebekɔ Brentford there the Canon Yarders and yen kobeka kwan so amense kam e wo dwumadie so ene na pa me ka tire kakra edemanam mami Julian Alvarez ene Barcelona na mi ni sankodo koma no enso emfama mo esanse sankomo na mu hihiye pa enya sam ketwa na de wo sa de no so emunie anope mekodi nkoma kakra akɔ yase ukɔ Barcelona players ni nyina edi nkomo mu so Julian Alvarez ba ebebo mu ye pa ekame ese Barca players na nkasa ana ema Barcelona pressure so mo fa Julian Alvarez mra esansa no da Femi Lopez edi nkomo ye bisa Femi Lopez se abrante no woni so masa koda no a good player na oba ababo Barcelona ye pa entomo de o mo mpa o mo bo nyina ye se season no enso start na transfer deadline day no emna no wono abrante de Femi Lopez de ankobenya na Julian Alvarez esi akan edi ama Barcelona boboko no ene yankobeka kwanso amense kam ewe dwumadie so na mekɔ Atletico Madrid ekoye sese na situation na nkasa etie abrante nisu ni relationship with the team no and community sempato mekɔ ambassador for munti e dia amense kan enie yase abrante no boni head coach fine papa since Diego Simeone and so about last week and Wednesday. In fact, when we meet in the year, no, and now that's all Julian Alvarez say ebi obewu Diago Simeone na ebi awatwam watwetwe ne ho yeso one ne ye fine pa ane ya number 1 ana mekodi nkomo ebi sa na one entire team no so say na sitie yesi initially Tama Abrantani Bayana na Abrantani Shadanyo okay with the players no I saw isolated the kakra ben pepe make a said yasa Abrantani Babana one entertainment na elbows the wamosre no many ante and the bato basa for Jude na Faras no Bibian Tessa on your okay Bibi and Tasso or your worried. Our team and the other let you commanded. In fact, dear Abba and dear Equaniana Brantano are perfectly fit for Sir Atletico Madrid. We met to make you this season. Never Atletico Madrid say no crap. Sunny Amateur Abontin, sir. What is you bet to my meeting on nuclear woman and opinion dinner day? I kill I am married. What in the Bay meeting? Some meeting is a young who a dear. One may some meeting no and then come back a concert Abba. I would do media so now 40 low player no. 40 low you will play as he said no or come back to Germany. I am Nicholas 4 o'clock. Yes, I planted or call and he was uncovered up and Premier League. Ekobasi ebe comment a onko bo 4 o'clock biana enkoko fa sabonfa entimpato abantan de Nicholas 4 o'clock abantan anso ekobaka and your reporter menseka ewetumadi so 33 years ana kodana ba oba West Ham United oba bo kakra no ade na ansa fa na Michael Owen esu otu Chelsea 4-4 na afutu ode ema Chelsea se Chelsea atutu ni niema ye na Chelsea bo mu bo ni ya one day na adwum Chelsea ebetimi edi second ewe league ya this season ye bebo no pato ma menyira so na me misa se where we tie so no Chelsea this season ahefa na Chelsea beto Michael Owen say Chelsea beto so me no Arsenal and ebedin kan entane ya reporter me pato wo payine deeper ewe dwumadie so na ano na reporter mensaka say post course nso kasa na me di post course asam no beba no ma me nko PPA omakatimi nkodi nkoma kakra no process and plant automation wo so mo na ebo ama wo so aduma na awie pay esanse wo mo di circuit breakers e dia ba ebebo ye pa wo mo di distribution board e dia ba ataso onya distribution board na ebebo afa wo mo di solar cables any avia so apa ana highway solar packages no papa no so e wo ha eno so ye kama de ade ni nyina eba bebo afa wo mo di smart home DIY product ni so apa wo mo ti kanto say ene oba globally ene brands a obi ado ma dia tumi no omni edi djuma ebi ti say SMS omni chant fodi kudjuma omni heyoke omni hello cables for enso ne mapa ana omni first omni highway omni delta omni furnace contact one say furnace contact obo ana electrical cables ni ade nyina no omni bia ba omni sono fofo ene mapa after 5 years warranty bibi bia ba to makate ana no omni ma omni discount in amount of agasi eye djuma den TSC kakabi ana tetre entanano pen nyambote na unso dale esa number we na from this year 0200 07712 and that's 0509 554646 na unso nsa kamo na no me dituma ne PPA for no edum anomo wo nso eben mekom nchawo no epem in fact omni UBA bank no ana edi eye nimhwe na no ma hwabom apomudin die kwabena de mekam for edi ama no enso eye format limited woman no de malaria dura aba limited nya binom woman de nkuda dura aba ebo akoda bia ni nyine eno enso ye baby vite drops ene ne shop ana woman de bioglobin shop enso aba ene ye mpem for tonic no vitamin B12 folic acid ewom tie ebo wo bia wontimi na wakoma bo pede fatigue ana echewa bato wonya bia ebebo afen so woman de trouser 400 e de aba susunduro ebetu ase ana se susuno tatahwe ebo ebetu susuru nyina ase anwo mo fiko e de aba eno to woman follow UK limited account woman the follow man do follow woman medro and follow beauty plus wonum bia siesie woni padua no woman the also life nso aba and na eboa etwe no pay maduma and woman the omega 3 fish oil enso aba eno so ebeboa aw na ne cholesterol woman the follow astro first plus nso aba wintiri mo be ya aduma and woman the follow platinum plus and obeboa with team skin and we nails no woman the follow immune life nso aba immune system booster and woman the follow meno kedi aba yema minimum pay for my drone or my numbers 0561 088666 and as 0561 088663 na when you do pay be so wet me I don't know be now kwabna ye ne kwa no post course say Wakati Chelsea say abrante ne dia de Emiliano Martinez kwabena se isi akwan da won Chelsea to wo twɛn dɛ Chelsea nkontempa na wo mun kofa abrante no na meboa Chelsea goalkeeping department no ane yankoba kakwan so amense kam ewo dwumade so na Atletico Madrid omu training na meko training ground so no abrante ne dina de Julian Alvarez go training with the team enyo no kwa Alexander Soloff reporter amense ka se wan ba training Kuti Romero and so training with the team no ane Atletico Madrid die for market de ba yaze no na ebi mu die futuo ade ma teama ane Atletico Madrid say omumpe striker ezanze kwabna Alvarez no wa ba 1 season pe another season the same thing na beba Atletico trend omumpe striker and temper say na be betima bo Atletico Madrid ane reporter men say kan e wotuma die su ne yaze die ntia Rodrigo and so etusu basa medeba na kwabna anope makers ya Rodri and medicals no and team ma journey o screen no so no mbehu Rodri sense o journey team no and then na oil and medicals na anabaso na so official mbetimi announce brand no and yankoba kakwan so amense kan wo dwumade so na anya no kwa update amense kan bi and so yes abrante no yesi de ntia wotusu Barcelona project abasa editor no obi anim se obekwa Atletico Madrid bela ya kan so obekwa Real Madrid rather na ohe project na Barcelona for edema na chese kwabna project na ya kama de che ya team Madrid inti sa abrante ni tusu ya de ntia wo tusu Barcelona no yankoba kakwan so eja ba dwumade so men so maka chiri de ama mchecha hodo nyina so Alaska Star Enterprise what the quality blanket is aba mabu sheet no de bia ba afe wo hia aroma diffusers on sabe kan de inflatable sofa chairs ne bi ho ring light bed salams ne bi ho sofa covers wo sabe kan de decorative watches ne flowers and afe plastic window puno ne PVC for tiles ne nyina bi ho enti part of any chemu Alaska Star Enterprise Kumasia etum no mo Mrs. Anote Plaza first floor wo many Prudential Plaza ne die nhwe enkano eno so to wo many MTD office and as Ecobank e die nhwe no message 0256 33 0075 and as 0200 281080 na wanya Alaska Star Enterprise wo mata roma ene nyuma ekoni afufron kaye pina no pay wo mo so yas ne performance so yakwa de update no e aba enti kwa na media sia
okay Robert Sanchez muzo onya de nso inhu za mu pegu giba
enti na post course 2 year for those yakofa dibuma
Debia Sanchez nyadiu but yebobo season bia so ono ane dem
bet kwa na azimi na esimitri mu
so then
okay we there my uncle say look and mo baba ye papa na say nkofo no pitch ne nyana
Tinkla oh, no, so we open secret.
So we the barrow to the interview.
No, like abrofo no. Ebia ye local coaches no munya sa akugudo ni ntiminka.
Enya.
Ba abrofo coaches ni they will tell you. And some no na so nim say enya kotokonkwa na face this problem. Most of our clubs, most of them, about 99.999% all problem with the infrastructure.
And I say indiscipline.
I say indiscipline. I say no crowd your board near away.
Okay.
And so about can safu du kunsu kan.
So
omo time no omo enya the boss.
Me bisa say.
I do the baba ho.
Bisa say no I say
I'm pastor no.
We dey wan ka bush asem no hu. Ono dey wan ka bush asem. Okay, and maybe abna.
Okay, insurance of 4.5 for yen to me so and from Mugabe so Mugabe the foreigner. And now Matis or the Aquaman in Abene. Well, look on one TV about how papa. Commercial Sanako coach Eric Tinkler. Okay, interview of South Africa. In fact, on it, as South African outfit and the Dean Como. Now, opening some, in fact, I generated a lot of talkability. Now, you said you're able to near this uncommon, and so be I would do it. But before no, me patron pay, make come for camera on a choice selection charge. At the amateur. Kotobi se CIA Sham Efra Huro and a Bama's Kano Ayafe and Intimatuni Din Joe Kala. I Kamal natural selection charge and I may come from home. And I pay Uremo cosmetic shop Bia Bisabina Toby Coffee na Efra Hura on Subet with the Jare Amabi Bia Kama Otta to be called Emma Air family Nina. Namunana Monfa and Yarga Kama. It is for Europe public mem and a Diaba FDN so Adji Ediatum. 0243 744 855 namno mo eni enkomo utie me oya contractor ana oye fiera wasi udan so edan se say wasi edu lavwa esa oboso ampacho me kamfo eya Roxas Building amo product ni bi ena diama your roofing sheet papa enye na che so ena otonso a erezi dino e madino eya fe so nchense ya de a se onya nchense a efe na de bodan so madan ye fe pa eno nti ye de ne de ye ma eya light gate premium steel truss so na fe wi a ye de nchense no ankasa premium coated aluminium and halogen eya roofing sheet ye de account ye de boso ama dano etimi ayefe no awie ni sa no interior me pacho eba no aye ceiling no so ye POP plaster board and acoustic solution na pesa oye e fi owo no ho ne ade a nyina ye ba ma product papa na onso etimi ade akwakoye na electricals aye ade ba ko a untimi nyimfi adansim so very very important one ho ya so wire no anko ya e ka wo board dan mu nyina ochina etashishie obetu alusuni nyina enti na se onso no mani ya wasim here enti aba switches cable and then multi-lamp holders nyina no ade a Roxas akofa baba ade aba bebo ma wodansi no bibia aye kama beba jo komase yewo adakwada ache enkran yewo airtime junction off in Sawam Road on sabetimi akan awo ho 0544 338 042 na mono eni eye enkomo ebia na weekend wo program eye abedinto wedding in fact program bia be bia bi kra birthday party and I pese oye wo fie o to nsa de afra ho nko ade a me patro ma men kamfo eye Belmont and emfama ho ede pa etefo in fact eye drink bia so hu anase eye malt bia enhye fridge mkura onuma ede pa say your malt ni bi onuma enhye fridge onuma nya de kra me patro Belmont de o sa de enhye fridge mkura de a ene enu awie no enti how one e beba ni nyina me patro fa Belmont e for serve mo na obi akwa no dudi e kosan say Belmont de ede enti uto a now the big coffee so na ne family ni na so no motumi enjoy enti misamo program bia uye bia no make sure say wo Belmont e wase na ho be na beba ni nyina no wonso etimi edibi ama om na bibia no aye kama enso etimi ediama ene FDA ajatum ba bia to drink bia okwa also pe Belmont to be na bibia enye kama information na be ya aba shine o greatness na bibia no akonkan edi ama wo eno me catch them say we driver ni na wo Ghana had ya say mo good news at the mount na the good news ni na and say e say osha take kwan su aso ho ha ye ne ane wa da bia agise mazi kuro ya o ka ho bibia say a mazi o ka ho bibia say a mazi say de nyamia dom ye nya adwumakuo kasia awo aye take kwan su de konkran kwan so ye nya kasepa awo so a etefo me say ope car pass o bibia ata on sabetimi enso kabinti taxi drivers Uber drivers commercial drivers and a car owners amu tiemi nyina no me kanfo eye Filimas car pass air center Filimas car pass center and adiama me say o car no baby a say bia engine body pass and underpass cars no asia no so baby emre na ope eniama no bi dia hyehyɛ ho a say eye Toyota Corolla Victs Yaris, Echo, Picanto, Kia Morning, in fact, Dawood, Hyundai, nom so, Nina Ayadia, Yakofebi, and so at the Abba, Sanso, and Eba, a Ford Transit, Mercedes, Sprintano, Opel. Benz in the C class, Nina Honyama, Yakofa Bebre, and so the about 14444. Me say, oh, there's a wood dimension. Kohona Kobus or Mobuya. Bisabu baby never compare one Casabu Sampa Filimas car pass air center there Omo car pass no a honey and near my chest for papa and it can't be a ukutabiano me purchase so ucheminano pair for room our na also koto honia mana yamfanya kama and for omo canting chrono and senia ya new road no so se ufri eye enkai and eba before SLW on sabetimi akomo na one eye Filimas car pass center any komo our 0249013177 koto car pass on the menino FFU ho na the MTN Momo first for the tennis the Jumadi no 28 at the aba aye brekum ti brekum fo dina no monye ready na montwen aye MTN ye di momo aye first no 2026 at the ba na ye de ba brekum studio of course when me say MTN de ye ba na ye ba so ye di arun to fo kukudam and na ye do mo eba aye dwumadi no enso asenti no oba make ready so na so won so no bibia nya kama and so for say ye de koku smoke eba ene anyintufo pii ene do mo ba dwumadi na senso no ye be niema bebre cashless air market over aye 50 plus vendors and na chese di ewuram so na oyisu momo no de to bibia ya san ama discount so enti de obaye nie just app no so download di our phone so o download di do gate wa now they akire na so nso atimi awuram na dwumadi na eba koso ni nyina no onso watimi eden ho agim enti nyame adoma MTN e ba brekum enti brekum for monya ready na montwe na ese bibia no enya kama enso awo aye brekum Amanse Community Bank PLC aye bank American for the amount ene anopay bank bi for the tenese ubie account ho a ebeboa esan se echina bi ebia na ohia sika so ho oye salary worker usikai eba enso na sikai asa yebema salary advance na so nso watimi de twetwa ho uyini nyina efi ho a eye na abefie mepacha wadwuma sam sesei kwa na ekofon because sika na odi adwuma no sika ni nyina ahye oko Amanse Community Bank PLC a omabo ama usika na odi akoka wadwuma sika no so se na be adwuma no enso betime tumpon na aha na asem no wo no on sabesia ne de sika boten no enye na problem no but insi ho no interest rate no ha anything and American for Amanse Community Bank PLC at the amount yeah interest rate me say o de wan kasa ko ho buso mo de no wia buso the other banks compare obon say Amanse unique and you be account to her savings current susu account and a fixed deposit any answer ye ma obesia na onso de akotre wa hye na bibia no kama at the amount yem branches no bebre anto akrom ho and a head office no wo manso potamo dina ye ho Roman Hill Kumasi mepacho asim ahojo santase sofula enom ane manso kani agose say the new one omo abie di aka ho no ondina no kwa onsa abetimi akomo mepacho ye hotline no aye 0247200013 utinwi tia na etitia oba me say wonimo nyam ene utinwi etito utinwi sha se etitia oba wanhwe a wonimo nyam ena chese wo to atwene nso ene ti bia na nsen awodi nku bia account ya ma utinwi no ni nyina atetia ma sesei ugina me otumi so utinwi no sana esani time bia obani no utim bia utinwi ni bi ete me pacho utinu emwa ha so unya amuzu hair food now the south in ma utinyu emu bedu enti efri adana auto asha se wo apply no me pa utinyu entity bim entity na utinyu no enso akwakosa ebia na utie me oyo bia ahoa so de bia be hwe utina se no bonsa niema mfita bi na utina se so ebasa ha dwe pa enkenka utini pem na aban munyamfo na bema ni munyamfo na onsa dati na utituti nyimu a utenya guy kra so enti unya amuzu hair food ni bi na ode sase mampacha ho ani nyina no ebetu ase na utina se enso no etimi adawse se nyame adom uwura cosmetic shop bia also open amuzu hair food me pacho no omini nkomo I was out 242-955-056 yebo ayetafun sha so bisase open amuzu junction obia enso ebetimi ache na bibia no kama edi amayemfo we mfentwa to na fe ye started discussions on famon KNUST senior high school no me patriotic school no omo edi emfie aduasia enum 65 years na as part of a year anniversary na omo eba bedi mpanifo so no align up a lot of event so edi echre wiase na asampa KNUST senior high school no womo edi 65 years na for event ni bi ɛyɛ so ɔbɛfa kurom na ɔma yɛ flow to kakra academic excellence air day ɛno nso bɛtumi ato dwa cultural and then heritage day ɛno nso bɛtumi ayɛ na kyɛ sɛ ɔne nyame yɛ adom a on the 22nd ɛna ɛde dwumadie no ɛde hyehyɛ so ne abɔ mu a akɔpem on the 30th ɛna ɛde dwumadie no ɛnso bɛba na wieyɛ na dwumadie no ankasa deɛ the grand derby no nyame yɛ adom a ɛno yɛ 29th saa da no ɛna mpanimfoɔ a sukuu no ato ɔmo nsa de afro mu nyinaa ɔmo nso bɛtena ase na ɔmo ahyɛ fa no kama His Royal Majesty Otumfo Osetu Kowura ɔno ankasa de n'anim onyam ɛba bɛta dwumadie no akyi afei the Minister of Education Honorable Haruna Idrisu ɛba ɛna the Vice Chancellor ɛdema ɛyɛ KNUST Prof Christian Adare ɔno nso de n'anim onyam ɛbɛkɔ akɔta dwumadie no akyi ɛnti ne KNUST ɛnya 65 years SHS school no ɛno asɛm na meka nti duru hɔ a madwoma nyinaa no na mdomani ɛnso akyɛm no kyɛ sɛ dwumadie no ɛnso atumi ayɛ krabɛhwɛ no na phones and accessories ɛsɛ menka nkyɛw sɛ bra na bɛtɔ phone papapa ɛkuta so yɛnko a ne yɛtɔn phone ɛde ma wo a problem bi aba mu a yɛbɛgye ne yɛhwɛ ɛnso asɔvo ɛde ama wo woba nso na wo sika no ɛnso a ɛbɛmu otua half na aka ne yɛama mmerɛ na de tuatua ne kakra ɛne yɛ phone ɛdeɛ no open ɛyɛ home appliances nso a ebi a wo TV na asɛe or fridge air condition washing machine kettle ayo ade beto nneɛma ɛno nso wopɛ bi atɔ a yɛtɔn bebree na yɛkora de yɛatete boɔ no so yɛyɛ promotion ɛboɔ no a yɛate so ne yɛsɛ wotɔ atɔ ade a yɛntwɛ ade foforɔ ɛmfa nka wo nti wotɔ ade a ne atwɛ ade foforɔ nti bia wotɔ fridge wogyina yɛtumi kyɛw kettle ne yɛde aka wo sɛ fa ka fridge no na ɛfa kofie hyɛ sɛ ɛsɛ hɔ deɛ hwan dɛ papapapapa enti na phones and accessories ɛna mekamfo ade ama wo ɛnɛ anɔpɛ nkran yɛwɔ Madina Zongo Junction Tamale Aboabo Station Kumase mepatwɔ adum baabi mmiɛnsa opposite Kesben onsa bɛtua kan sansa na PZ na na kwesi adwuma building nim hɔ nso ɛyɛ ade a yɛwɔ hɔ 0533093422 na mono ending command pay amani afufuro pika na ɔma so yɛsena yɛde the Tuesday edition of Nhyira digital password dwumadi no ɛde ɛma Fifi Manfred.
Rich.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What you saying?
You are looking at me as if the machine wasn't on.
Okay.
But now on.
Yeah, the job.
Yeah, fine.
Patching.
As a voice phone, and I'm yeah okay.
Patching me okay.
Okay. Let's kind of my wife.
Okay. Who are your friend?
Oh, my friend.
And young bow.
Miss you.
Kofi. We are very fine. We are very fine.
We are very fine. And Rodrigo pay more you Barcelona Airport.
Aye.
No, see, it's a dream.
Let's say, can of crown? I said, yeah.
Say, if you need a dream, if you need a dream.
Do you know what you do, Uncle? Or can the same thing?
So, in the position, say, only no see dreams on the paper bedroom. But we a dream for Barcelona. They are not media video in there, they are not pose as a relax, say a dream. Also, on BGBia. Also, on BGBia. Madrid should forget about Mbappe, Diamonde, who's a, and I say, Uti Commoner. Jose Mourinho is trying to set up in a 4-2-3-1 with Diamonde on the right, Jude Bellingham more or less as a 10, Mbappe as a number 9, and then Vinicius Junior on the left. Now, the double pivots in a minimum, whether it's going to be Tchouameni, Bernardo Silva, it's going to be Tchouameni, Camavinga, what is going to be the combination for Madrid? It's Madrid for them, it's me a set. But Rodri Cascante say now that Onwama Bedru Barcelona Airport, no, they'll win everything, and that is exactly what's in front of Mundo Deportivo. No, my Spanish name here, so I won't try to pronounce it, but we can't say vamos to the Ayonko. Say on San Now Putudo no usually is everything. Vamos, Fatio said vamos a Porto.
Okay, yes, you're Daniel.
There's a young Koji Bia. Rich, honestly speaking, and now so beside my question be, between City and then Barcelona, when in monetary terms, I told you, I think it's Manchester City. Alright, and your transfer be also na a transfer ese unya amortization also, ese unya resale value also, and your transfer be an sir. Certain transfers are invaluable, to be very honest with you. And for example, Rich, if you do the breakdown of the cost of Rodri Cascante, the salary of almost 30 million, that possibly is probably going to take you compared to Yandy Omonde. Although Yandy Omonde costing was shown based on age, salary, and how much more these two players can play. No, one should here a financial person, accountant, make a choice say Yandy Omonde deal no, less expensive than Rodri Cascante. So who should you from Sika Sema Fema? Who say, oh, Rodri Barca wanna pay too much for a player that had almost just 12 months on his contract. Barca wanna pay too much for a player when your ACL injury. We don't know what the prognosis of that injury can be next season. Barca wanna pay too much for that. Marriage. If you really want to do a proper analysis of Football Club Barcelona, Barca's dream today is that as they are entering the 12th year of not winning the Champions League, and they are pays to be able to win the Champions League. I think that is paramount in the conversation at Football Club Barcelona. And then, every Barcelona fan, that between the Spanish La Liga and then, of course, also the Champions League, what do they want to win now? Which I'm sure Barcelona want the feeling of the Champions League back. And in the last 2 seasons, Madrid have been unsuccessful on the trophy here in 2 seasons, and it's one of the few times, if not the only, Madrid have got 2 seasons consecutively on GBBR. But the pain of the Champions League quarter-final exit for Barcelona last season, the pain of the Champions League semi-final exit against Inter Milan 2 seasons ago for Barcelona is a huge worry for every member of the club, including Nhyira, Flake, including Deco, including Juan Laporta, including almost every social at Football Club Barcelona. And the boys from here Barcelona for 2 and 3. And that is probably the reason it's here. Rodri drew Barcelona airport to almost started somewhere in the interview. The first thing he said was that we are going to win everything for the club.
Which includes the UEFA Champions League.
Champions League. Which league need Oma Hunubo?
Omaja.
2 time and a team and I used to describe the Barcelona team as bare bones. I'm handing over to Nhyira Flick. He conjured the German magic and gave them 2 successive La Liga titles, winning Copa del Rey in the first one, I think the second one, and then win the Super Cups as well. If it is that alone, they know how to do it. Now listen to this. Rodri say, for the Champions League, we are going for all the titles, and it's as clear as that. Rich, Rodri is a 6, and in modern day 6. So what's your Barcelona team now? Anytime that last season on Baboro, they played some person about double pivoter. They play with Frankie and then Pedri. There were times where say or something else in the game, he could push, especially in the second half of matches or Chelsea game. No, Obe push Pedri to go up more or less like an extra number 10 next to Dani Olmo, or replacing Dani Olmo. Now feel for Frankie de Jong and maybe Eric Garcia. Frankie de Jong, now that Bernal is back, can play Frankie de Jong and Marc Bernal. But I think, and I've always said it, after the World Cup, it looks as if Luis de la Fuente has shown us a different version of how Barca can be stable and they still go for attack. It was a Nhyira Flick born. It's more or less impressive, very high. You really born from there. But it's also dependent on the high line. Now, for you to get an effective high line, we have proper coordination between the defense line and also the central midfield. So, with the experience of Rodri Cascante as a pivot, in fact, who didn't compare Sergio Busquets because of maybe the longevity of Sergio Busquets in the game. Some others will argue that Rodri now has been more successful because he has won the Ballon d'Or. Sergio did not win the Ballon d'Or. But there is also another argument of the players with which Sergio played with. And then he never came into the conversations of the Ballon d'Or. But let's scrap that. But say Ushe play Ojina Park in Fifi. Now has the eye as a midfielder. And can now play as the pivot. You know, say the role of a midfield pivot now say the anchor. They be amichemo I say shape ababe dokeno. They drop the anchor. Send the shape no ebe maintain balance. Iti sa so cheba na ababe bo nsuo na and sink shape no because the anchor is there. And I think there's a colleague hymn that talks about your anchor holding the storms of life. And that is what Rodri is. So pictorial analysis of it. So Rodri now, he becomes the anchor of Barcelona. That will mean that Barca can unleash Rodri as Pedri Gonzalez. Means that we cannot with Rodri coming, Pedri doesn't have to be the one that orchestrates play. Recycle play. Pedri in here. But who realize 2 seasons ago, last season, oh man, give me my head. Now see Flicker push Pedri up. No, I wash out the future. No, a creative chance be not. So if Rodri now comes and he sits with the experience that he has, with the physicality and the cognitive strength that people compare to Sergio Busquets, you know, he can anchor the team. Then João Cancelo can push up. Have Rafinha come inside into the left half space. Then if you want to play a rest defense of 3-1, Rodri now sits between the 3 center backs, no, Pau Kubasi, Gerard Martin, then Jude Koundé will make it 3. Now Rodri needs to see anymore as an anchor. Then he will push attackers forward. Send the Bayer. Danny Olmo help net picking the right half space, no. Not Pedri so net picking the left half space. Rich, this will be able to form a formidable team. They will have enough numbers to create and break down low blocks. They will have enough numbers to press and counter press. They will have enough numbers to convert chances. And you see, maybe we have to agree with the school of thought that if you compare Julian Alvarez and Rodri, which of them is the most important for Barcelona? Some people think that Rodri, defensive stability no here. And a cargo so kwali o metimi a chego so Karim be kakra, Rafinha be kakra, Lamine be kakra, Dani Olmo be kakra, Femi Lopez be kakra, Anthony Gordon be shebi. Then they be a set pieces be ba Rodri na mu benya 2-3 be their account. Then they have a strong team that will be able to compete with Football Club Real Madrid in the Spanish La Liga and compete with the likes of Paris Saint-Germain, any Arsenal next season. Rich. And then Hansi list that Flex say there might be something we are missing. And for me, it's that anchor.
And only Rodri, no.
The mama shape now a balance for Pedri Gonzalez to push forward and they go and play the football. Meaning, other people think Frankie here, but we say on the ball, no, yeah. But without the ball, he is not as good physically. We say, now see who's a rich DM Jumano. Who you DM, you expected to do like 3 or 4 things. Who CM Jumaka crack home. Frankie is more of a CM, but not boy in a DM role. Because in a DM role, you're supposed to do the job with and without the ball. Okay, the ball now, I mean, how many midfielders are better recyclers of play than Frankie? But there are 2 things. Last season, Hansi Flick complained about how long Frankie holds on to the ball. Who say, oh, yes, our players now, but to steer 10 before the pass goes. Rodri makes it easy. Marriage, forget about whether Rodri replaces Frankie and I say Frankie beats me and that's Rodri into me. Rich, imagine a big game where Barcelona say, on person more year, Luis de la Fuente in Spain versus Argentina. Oh, match bisa. You need 2 things. So, between extra control of FIFA account. Imagine a game, let's say, against Inter Milan 2 seasons ago. Then in the middle, he plays Rodri Cascante next to Frankie de Jong, and then plays Pedri Gonzalez as a number 10. No, about Danny Olmo from one of the wings. Let's say Rafinha play with these inches. It means that Jack Cancelo bets me keep it waiting. No, about Benyan Fifi 2 number 10s in Pedri and Danny Olmo. Then the 2 players that we know, Frankie de Jong can decide not to do the defensive job. Rodri will sit and anchor. Then he can play. It's rich. I think it's a good buy. And it's a good fit and it gives them that. Meaning, if it is enough to win the Champions League. And really the only thing I'm unsure about. It can give them the anchor, the tactical waffle, no, it is true. But Rich, is it enough to give Barcelona the Champions League. Away at Paris Saint-Germain. Can they stop them? Honestly, I'm still worried about Barcelona defense now. I'm not worried about Julian Alvarez. Barca will be fine this season. My problem is still at centre back. The way I'm going to cover Rodri Ababesha on my left side midfield on him. Before the season, the summer started, it was Alejandro Bastoni. Then I'm going to focus, Bastoni. But it looks as if Barca don't want to do the Bastoni deal. Then we went to the World Cup. Then Emerick Laporte stepped up with Pau Kubasi. I know that there is bad blood of a sort because of Nico Williams in T between Athletic Club and the Football Club Barcelona. But I think that is a deal that Barca probably should be looking at. So when your Athletic Club, William Emerick Laporte, now when your Pau Kubasi Jina in chain, Christensen are back in the team, but Christensen is left-footed centre back. Gerard Martin can play at the left side or centre back. Fine. But if you can get these two, I think that is a team that will be able to compete. But yeah, how the season will go. Jose say the team here.
No, Rodriguez will be undoubted.
Yeah.
Sub-ball, see me,
yeah.
Nobody doubts him.
Yeah.
But when you say Barca fan bia dia ba kwa odwen hu sisi no ba ko so abompae.
Yeah.
Ne say Abrante no say players no unya ACL.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes na ba so I mean when you say Barca ni bia mpa obobono no say Abrante ni pre bia nko ha no say nyame adu na season start ya but so 100% fit
yeah
na Rodri so oboba say me no mi obi anim the player how yeah
but Rich adwene mo no Rodri inclusion alone plus Adeyemi and Gordon no does it win Barcelona the Champions League?
Edomu gina yi I think Edomu buying trophy no.
Who is this? Okay, say Edomu gina yi a honomenti asie because Barcelona without Rodri do semi-final.
But eno so nche say with the new additions no eno nko abetumi ama Champions League this season. Ebia na anya this season. But bia next season obetumi ati Champions League.
Say can next season come between Mark Banalo. Like 2 seasons from now between Mark Banalo.
No, Kofi, we are talking about players are phenomenal joining Barcelona.
Yeah.
So what I say?
Yeah.
The Barca team, the telepathy, it takes time.
Yeah.
Season no players they take and they may be say. That is what I'm saying. Say, Ebiana quite this season.
But
next season, Satan a formidable side. Winning the Champions League very easy.
Where is Barca team much say already say we don't have no over beti omo yeah, the big can work kwaje.
Aye.
I don't know.
But I don't quite any guarantee. And some person say.
Okay. Because we say for a lot of Barcelona fans, the hope is that you're Ballon d'Or winner. World Cup near the best player.
Rodiaba.
What you World Cup no? It's get ni beshema. We should be able to, and that's where.
Don't forget Anthony Gordon free Premier League ne kobo La Liga.
15 goals last season in all competition.
La Liga no kobo.
Oh, about the old shade we almost compared.
Barcelona no kobo.
Obeshe goals. Rich, go see there, don't worry. That is why me I'm not too enthused about Julian. Go see there, don't worry. Adeyemi any crowd last season I think only about 10 goals in all competitions. Gordon about 15. Rafinha any crowd I'm sure was about close to 10 or 9 thereabouts. Lamine Yamal last season had goals. Dani Olmo kakra. So I'm not too worried about goals, honestly. Mine is about the defensive stability. If Rodri can give them that, then the back line. I think say, the football is interesting. So let's see what the season holds for us. For me, it's an excellent buy. The report in Madrid said Jose will play in a 4-2-3-1. Now, Omunya midfield and come the back down. And it's because of what I was telling you earlier. Still, the 4-2-3-1 backline, Honor Ibrahim Konate, Dean Heitzen, Rudiger. In fact, according to Jose, he would want another centre back again to make it 4. Then, in terms of fullbacks, okay, Marco Correa is expected to start right back, either Dumfries or Trent Alexander-Arnold, depending on the game. Then you go into the middle. The double pivot for me is the problem. Why are you playing Federico Valverde? Obo Valverde, Bernardo Silva. Because the person accommodated the top 3 now. Naturally, last season, one of the biggest problems that we had was that Vini and Mbappe now don't want to play from the right. Omunya love to come off the left. Now it looks as if we are settling for Mbappe playing center forward as a number 9. Then Vini can come off the left. It means automatically Yan Diamonde because we are ambipedaling off the right. If you get Yan playing off the right, Jude playing as a number 10 or box to box in that regard, I get 2 midfielders. One for Federico Valverde, one for Bernardo Silva, one for Tchouaméni, one for Eduardo Camavinga. O double pivot for Madrid next season, why?
So Mimi just said, yeah, sake of continuity, you know, yeah. I'll go for players on my border. Tchouaméni, Camavinga.
No, I drop it Valverde.
Sorry, Valverde, sorry.
Now Bernardo Silva move.
Bernardo Silva, how far no free city aba?
Experience,
experience, but on free bench, Emra.
No about Tchouaméni.
Yeah.
Oh, me I won't start Tchouaméni for Madrid.
Oh, Babo Hai. Bernardo Silva.
I'll play Bernardo Silva and Federico.
No. So maybe them you just say dia. Me about Tchouaméni. Me about Valverde. Then Bernardo Silva and free bench, Emra.
About Tchouaméni, Valverde, I think that you have a problem with ball progression.
I didn't hear.
You say Tchouaméni and Valverde. Valverde is a ball carrier. He likes to really
carry the ball
forward and play box to box. On yet too focused on progression of the ball. Tchouaméni was tried under Alonso, so or Bono, even in between the 2 centre backs, man, he back 3 to progress the ball. But and then the 4th, and then the stock in trade. So that became an issue for him. I think that is where, and it's a normal pen number 6 now. And still, there are a lot of papers in Madrid that are linking Martin Ibanez to be Mendy. He hasn't gotten the playing time as much. Plus, Omoko team, Mikel Arteta now prefers the canalized versus more robust midfielders than Martin Ibanez to be Mendy. So people are still linking him back to Madrid. But what we know is that a Madrid better player, BMR, they have to do sales. Most up to now, Eduardo Camavinga, Mode Manuel Kofano, you've not done any proper ingestion or Tchouaméni, still same. Into Madrid were more midfielders, but they can't get in a specialist in number 6. El Honum. That's why for me, I think Sabrante friend Bernardo Silva will be a very, very good one for them. Rich City Koye na him say there.
Rodri
Koye na City for one say 2 players. Are you Boadi 100 million plus? Hey. Well, what I know is that before say before say Enzo Betimi acquire Chelsea City, if that's a possibility, City will do an Ayub Boadi first. But Rich, I doubt that City would want to be able to buy Enzo Fernandez this summer. In all indications, honestly, you can never say never. And you say there, say Enkita wa untiminka say untiminsi ubupi. Because I don't have any proper source inside there say that Dibane say anything unless he be a third ball in the name of. But even if say sporting director scamper, I'll say it with a pinch of salt. But I'll be very surprised if Chelsea lets Enzo Fernandez go. And which 2 reasons. 1, I don't think there is a better or there is a proper replacement for Enzo Fernandez on the market. But the first one is that Chelsea for Enzo Masitia, they are strengthening a direct opponent. Medical catcher will say, this is in Premier League, in my opinion, apart from Arsenal, especially from the coaching point of view. Arsenal have a strong squad, very experienced. I'm about through the years where EBF Fimo, DBA Shame, and they've won the Premier League. Utie Martin Odegaard more after the community show that they said that they want more. But City have lost Joseph Guardiola. Whether you like it or not, that is huge. In addition to that, Chikiri Bekistan and Sansuniho, that is even extra. Because Hugo Viera, who is now coming into his 2nd season and his first full season on his own. Rich, you're funny in Anton Cheno. They have also lost 2 key midfielders or park. In fact, about 3. They've lost Bernardo Silva. They've lost Rodri Cascante. They've lost Tijani Reinders. Sir Obo Elliot Anderson. Now, Ode Mateo Kovacic can now. Are you body of France? He can be susceptible to it. And me Enzo Maresca idea against Arsenal. Why several times time on Chelsea. He did it again in the Community Shield. And I begin to raise my eyebrows on Enzo. You have 3-1-6 against Arsenal. You leave one midfielder standing in the middle and you empty the midfielder. They will outrun you in the middle of the park and score you plenty. And if Enzo Maresca wants to change those things, a bit me. But still, those things make you wonder if City can truly compete and then also go and take the Premier League. Andoni Ariola. Liverpool for now brought in Ronald Araujo. But the depth, the two centre backs that are there already, Jeremy Jacket and Leonino, are young centre backs. Araujo is very experienced. Joe Gomez is off color. Then you go to the middle of the park like that. Osha McAllister, Ryan Gravenberch, they have had their issues in terms of as a pair. Endo Ouattara is not a guy that you can really trust. Then Andoni Ariola is now coming into the team. In fact, Andoni Ariola born a heavy metal to say Jurgen Diano. You press high until someone break. And it takes time for his team to be very fit. Then you come to Chelsea. Xabi Alonso is new to the Premier League in terms as a coach. Chelsea team has a core there. But they've been on and off. They try to add experience, but there is no guarantee. So the Premier League is there for the taking in terms of competition. Let me say the Champions League because for me, Arsenal are favourites. But the Champions League sports is there to compete. And that is why Chelsea don't have to strengthen Manchester City. If they do it, I'm going to be shocked. Again, Rich, who is on the market? Martin Alex Scott mo, Matiti Adam Watson mo.
I want to replace it.
Especially say ye Enzo Oko Beshemi Mosisi. I doubt. The closest person I would trust on crowd with injury problems is Romeo Lavia. The closest I would have trusted Chelsea to say Enzo Oko. Now it is time for Romeo to step up and play.
Oh no, so pray.
Romeo near fit. Romeo more 90 minutes me and Sakra season Muda since his Southampton days. So Alex Scott, Chelsea may want to revisit. But I don't think it is good to go and do Alex Scott when Enzo has left. Don't straighten City. Meaning City for another, they will bring some 125, become and test Chelsea's resolve and see if they'll do the deal for Brent and Alex Scott. But I don't think they should do that. I don't think say Chelsea for
because honestly, me Chelsea.
Yeah.
But me Chelsea I'll be worried. Mm-hmm. And my simple reason I say, you see, like you said, Abranten all tournament with direct competitor.
Oh yeah.
Man City has it's not like a Bournemouth to be an also on the won't say me na Premier League but on one team challenging me in terms of say trophy no. But this is Man City. Yeah. And you see we be atu nchen ya. I say na say Chelsea kakran asa mo ya selling club bi. It's not good. And me pe the Atletico Madrid pusher no. Yenye selling club. Se ebe to Abranten kwa yen to no man a direct competitor.
Samuka says selling club.
And Abranten no, you see, my problem is say me who say Enzo na gina baby an what say Chelsea no on bet opeso o fit him no ko. On chile bibi gidi. Enti me who the reason I change as a Chelsea person mo turn Man City. Seriously, I don't get it.
Rich, legally you cannot separate Enzo and his agent. The agent is
so Kofi, I think that Ebia mono I don't know say in trend position that might take you say deal. And in the agent in the moment friend. Maybe Ebia is Kasam. To say the last an hour okay. Probably is Kasam. Call the agent, call the player. Look, Abrantia Yatia say who say player what you walk up and see across the Argentina Sako final beam. Umwaidu. Uba so anya hwe kura waji FIFA club work up amai. Usika ni be pegem. Kasa. But as a mono the position is that opako. I mean, come on. Cause me there that idea mo to Brent and Man City no. Seriously, me nya Chelsea ni but. Me no mo nya adwen.
Say Maka say for me in my analysis, I doubt Chelsea will do the sale for Enzo Fernandez. But me I told you the last time I'll clap for Blue Co because of the handle of Enzo Fernandez because they've shown power. Sometimes, Rich, it's important to let Enzo know that. Rich, when you have 4 years contract.
Yeah, we are no.
Yeah, who 4 years contract? Your agent is granting interviews. Madrid for me boy, you know, Man City for me didn't come out there be. You have 4 year contract. So Chelsea are essentially telling Javier Pastore. And will be also pay Enzo say, if truly you are saying that you want him, We gave you a deadline. 120 million on Friday, 5 p.m. One man.
Timun Kanchom said deal off.
No, today is Tuesday. So then if you don't take care, you pay a British record fee. The current record is being held by Alexander Isak. One year you pay close to that. Then and then if Man City so almost who made for that a Enzo normal pay 150 million I will take. Nowadays, let's come Madrid, Barcelona 45 million. They bomb on Syria, more than when you scam.
And then there's what I could trigger.
I said to us, trigger.
So, yeah, can't support to say, yeah, selling club.
Exactly.
And I am toying a cocoa be Barcelona and Farmer La Liga. It is a Barcelona changing our penny. Go and trigger the 500.
That's what we also, for that's what we also told City. The only difference is that in England there is no release clause.
Yeah, release clause, yeah.
Into yes, we say okay, fine.
Coffee,
yeah, and but also changing a child per day 120 million.
Okay.
Make sure we're United for this season. I really want to be speaking about United. Into yeah, Barca, Madrid, Chelsea.
Remember time now. Oba no aba be ye. Season started you. Yes, that is season no.
Munjan start season.
Now say pre-season game na ebo no.
Antumbeto ana.
Oh, Today I doubt. You bro. Aku abegit me.
Ini ozo ska.
Sejem. On.
Na Bruno no mama nako.
Oh, they na say Yamano na contract.
Last contract.
So on the lawyers international.
Tilima, Bruno,
Aoma de Domobo.
Andres,
Ibi transfer ani ape ba ku bi agem. Sisi e di we man e don poko.
Your boy will America.
Yeah, into bi. Yo bi emesio. Emesio na into ajumedi ni so.
Mami nya wait till. Who say Champions League matches so. Mami ma wetie for code fast na omun ko figures even na omun ko try na Champions League matches me show. Don't miss out. Oko Fifi Manfred on all social media handles are Obehu quotes now on but Utie and Oshe Nhyira TV. First one a BW69BA5C9B. Second one a BW69BA547F. Third one a BW69BA3CA2. Fourth one a BW69 BA2BBE. Which codes now cano or Fifi Manfred on all social media handles now.
Okay. And that's it. Intro to my insurance 4.5 to the message number Sylvester Mensa. I say Fifi, okay. Mami, can we say? I say, 8 minutes. Okay, I say, Richard, I agree with Fifi. The double pivot should be Valverde and Bernardo Silva. One can carry the ball and one to do the defensive work. Okay, 8 minutes. And at this message at the Abba. Juventus signed Cristiano Ronaldo from Real Madrid. Did they win? The Champions League. Signing a player doesn't guarantee you the UEFA Champions League trophy. Okay. I'm super to the best. No, the ability come. Also, my good friend Fifi, relax. We are in peace season. Why? Watch out for us. Carry ball. We take me and now this message. And so at the Abraham Mubusa, a fantasy code no. And Jebed the retina at the Amamona. Musman said the own no ABC. Ako Jude Owusu Bafo. Good morning.
Good morning, Munia.
Now what you saying?
Nyami adum paibo na onso e.
Nyami adum me ho ye pa.
Ano pay me outfit no.
Na so so the F. So what for the F pa. Very nice outfit.
Oh, thanks so much.
F pa.
That's Munia.
Do permanent inside no fe.
That's Munia. That's pa.
Kuma sa Sante Kotoko coach na nka se mia ni ho no pay. Ana menka se papa na kofa asema bo se die you. Though it's an open secret, but normally, on time to say your coach is named Omtikrumano. Omoka. I don't know if you are Omtikruma and Jomi feels okay, or say a problem in him. It's me kind, dear, and knew about some name becano. But it seems and that fully there. I'm about with the infrastructure, Mohumo baby Nintino. I'm not to compare, dear. Only say no. As a football more yet, dear, but more dear no from. I tell for Kumasa Sante Kotoko, our head coach, Eric Tinkler, and now on South Africa, our radio station be from Metro FM, or South Africa, on our interview. In fact, interview no can send me bring and I'm person from Bako. Near Dimun Como, probably a feature na de kono. Yaka na ni in Bako ana ye din komono at the co. Na senior beya at your phone call Casamina Maca, some dia son and Untino. Me person me born a voice, no. Na Kakum.
Yeah, papa, Yenja prophet one. Yeah, papa, Benez, I ain't Jana. Why need Kuno? Oh, Father.
Yentia Kumasa Santeko, the coach, I think la. Nasam now, Okoka, Akofan Sempi Diabano, Nubia Macasa Min, and I make some of the Arsenal.
I think, the modern game is demand now, or the expectations of all club owners is success. And obviously that is what the club wants. And that's also what I want. I came here to be a successful coach. I came here to try and get this club qualify again for the Champions League. But the club is well aware of the challenges that they face, both financially, also in terms of infrastructure, looking to try and create an environment that is more professional. We've had to deal with a lot of indiscipline at the club. And I think a lot of that stems from a number of factors. And the club is aware of that, So I think I will be judged, obviously, on results and performance. But at the same time, the club is well aware of the difficulties that we face.
Okay. And I think some more can tintin na me trying fua. Papa say yes or no be at the end of the day. Say yes, coach be a park and so resort no.
Yes.
Or say no na or so yen adwuma bia. Kotoko fan bia ho and or the be judge no. Now so football the modern game na chain say. Answer na park and so resort ne beba no. Start free baby. Also buy a dear back who say ha kotoko pa financial challenges. Or this kasam a problem team. Or this what they compare the other teams or more kotoko mfefo more Africa ha. Could we say kasam from too much? After the toss me infrastructure. Baby a kotoko players yi ombe jina ye training. I prepare or more kwakobobo. Or sing koyin. Now, the worst of it all, I am indiscipline. I'm indiscipline. Team no. Danwa sorry. Fahano namha. Also, Sanyama when you ninano. Or no, or buy and very observant. And who say, a house and take out dude. Papa, you won't cook as a man is Angieka.
Rich Unim. Edikine, me highly disappointed in Eric Tinkler.
Samum.
Me ye highly disappointed in him. Say so be disappointing me per Eric Tinkler. Rich, first of all, you na the situation at hand, and yes, obi ni mu. And yes, I try see behave to say the proverbial ostrich. And yes, yenim sa problems in now Eric Tinkler in person. Me jitum minim. Me appreciating where he's coming from. Virtually, the entire life, coaching wa coach of South Africa, Maritzburg, Cape Town, Orlando Pirates, Sekukuna. I mean, these are the clubs are virtually wa coaching. It's on coaching outside South Africa. Now, over South Africa standard, the level of South African football, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of almost 6% BBR, we come no near them. It's a fact. But also the point and I say, a fact, untimin deny, yembe omu baby ya. Inti yenim ye level. Before Eric Tinkler ever Ghana, is he trying to tell us say Kotoko approach you no rich? One Google about Kotoko. But also at my point, one research about Kotoko.
Maybe he did.
No, good. Inti ehona meba no onim bibi about Kotoko. Kotoko nana suddenly obai. Before Obeba research about Kotoko, extensive research. Onim baby a Kotoko body matches. Onim baby a Kotoko training. Bibi about Kotoko answer na o agree. Say Obeba be adwuma no. na onim wa ma medru Ghana hansa na oba be the situation at hand. I can tell you as a matter of fact, onim Rich asma me ka kire wi. Me speaking on authority because ye nyame adom local game no die tua mu bi enim. Onim say think clear ba no hu. Onya obi owo South Africa. Oye agent. I think la oni agents mu pay. Ema nipa ne ka kire ne say chairman kotoko na wo kone Ghana na wo kono. Mr. Show kasa yie uti. Ema nipa ne advice say na to the extent say okay infrastructure here na everything like kan wase mi. Nipa ne ka sa ne ma ne nyina kire ne say bema unim baby a free ba na unim baby a wo ko. Minimum temperament a ukra. Na emom hu kro na wo kom no. Na hu say o grant interview a enya bibia na obeka. Ema ne gitumu. Rich pass when your point no. Me ma revelation back. Ema ne gitumu. Ada intina rich. Everything like eba be drew you know. Why on the media ye interviews upon interviews me boy. Since our problems your mo bia so.
Ebi o ma musano.
Debi me ba. Omo misano. The point is think like himself environment no wom no. Na dwe ne se e ha de. Sanse no sase se obie ania. It will be a problem. Name so free ha no ye interview or South Africa ni refi say your global village. E be pie. Rich, it is completely wrong. Look, issue of infrastructure. Me no nya ya adwere. Say, and now for Kotoko board. Omo de their friend 10-year development plan aba. Yem mo Kotoko board abaso and ano pay. Rich, may I highlight on some of the key issues are a womb. Omo just on better tackle. Rich, odim back one. I'm saying Adeko Jache project. Before you be here 2026-2027 season, I'll say omo eye hu adwuma. Na omo side be eka ho. Year 2026-2027 no. Na omo awie ehonom. Rich Patriot point na say. Was their bomb abaso as part of their 10-year development plan na make ho. Omo vision and mission statement na me che bi mu dia che. Rich, o de no to nchen a. Kotoko board hi. Asa mi ati ase say by 2028. Rich, omo be make sure say His Royal Majesty me na ye rotum for say to the second up him so. Omo be make sure say Omo stadium, Kotokona stadium, 35,000 capacity. Rich, and you commendable. So say about Mabasu do Omo, but at least a part of their vision and mission statement, but also ultimacy. And everything cloud by no. Sanya man ye be so the achewa we are aware of it. And yes, unimu, a juma wabamu fofro, utie. So why you adwuma na che and still some challenges no eba and I all highlight on them and come any problem, but before you came on board you knew all these challenges uti and I buy rate major tune
and me pacho me misawi
matia mini am pacho.
So are you saying say Asante Grom penny for engaging no I'm a catch oh penny it was South Africa now on the infrastructure are very good. What I say? But Kotoko now obejeni die. Yeah, infrastructure no. So how to compare the South African infrastructure and the no form. And na papa ni tum then oba Ghana. And oba also did the same in common. Is that what you are saying?
Rich person ma be. Meba multimedia. Na minim bibia about multimedia. Minim say multimedia bosume nso abrekra waketu abefam minim say so ina akwaye dem metoda kwa 26 ni atua mo kameboa sanity minim multimedia brand and me say nim the challenges e wo ho so enti okono one cycle who say in as much as a big institution no just like any other institution they on the challenges. Rich, what you saying?
No, I'm saying that is it a fact?
Yes.
Is it a fact say omo engage your opinion omo catch any say yeah, had the infrastructure. Maybe I wouldn't to say now was South African. Is that a fact?
Rich Patriot, me see
and your fact there. Me, the coach nine. You who be wrong with it.
I know you.
The current state of Asante Kotoko.
Yes.
And I hear Bisan is a coach who continue Kotoko. What are some of the challenges? Who coach, you know? What's the infrastructure? Dude, me no na say infrastructure.
No, when name there be
Adakwada project we dey do the yenye honest to ourselves.
Rich, when name your
Adakwada project you can say ene. Intimi nweda.
Rich Pachotie.
Yeni Kroma na Mariano Barato.
Of course, me kaisa issue no.
How many years?
But Rich Pachotie.
Still the problem is there.
Rich. There's a problem. There's a problem with Devlin Kotoko. However, Ninjas have problems. So you knew it before you came on board. Richie, maybe I'm trying to create the impression. Say, I say Eric Tinkler, Airba Ghana, no. One club now, no, Babefano. No, nim club ni state. No, nim club ni state. On him say club, no. Baby, or air training, air problem. Rich, before
it's a fact. It's
a fact. Yes, and that's what I'm telling you. Say, there is a person, Eric Tinkler, on to deny. I want ye gents mupe, uti. Oh, ye Ghanaian or South Africa. Hamza is someone in our funny. And the panic said that advice and said, Bema Okono, Miss Rose, unim Kotoko situation. Shena, who guarantee interviews, sir. One go call about their training grounds and those challenges. The person advised him, or man, brotherly advice, and Mary Tinkler, editumu. Beyond that, Minister say Kotoko companion 40, Kotoko board here, with almost level, almost nim dear, and the business is almost astute businessmen. Rich, I pay coach. No coach, you know. Be one, vision and mission statement so channel. Memoir. Say this is our plan. Project number. These are the challenges, sir. You buy no Tinkler ewo. Anna, the entire do bansumie. Meba, wuni ana lawyer Safuduku. Eka say reason tia Kotoko in for Brony coach no to instill discipline. Memoir. And Terry Tinkler bano. Me no nancy away so players be oha. Tinkler by no. And yes, I was so much. I'll do a more for training and hold room. And until we job mukayo. Players be oha. Me no name say in discipline. And to buy no report in the door say players we. I can't want him yet be mukai. Rich. And already you knew the problems and may try there. You are doing now okay. Now so and you and a fatire. Rich. Your interview about Kotoko. What are the challenges about Kotoko? Now, before the interview, Nimpono Rich, my name is Wasem. And we are sure, say, Eric Tinkler, before the interview, no, for now, on then, was signed a contract with Kotoko. Me know TikTok live at Kotoko players, our brands manager, David Obinyako. I can't say Kotoko players, say, Untimi say Kotoko outfit, me wa. Fan kosa or TikTok sani ama niema ni nyina no free na ekono ya bramo contract ha oba sign certain clauses will be enshrined within the contract and you may be owa wuntimi nye oba so ye interview interview kan before obeye no oni Kotoko oba di green light meboa Tinkler oba so ye interview why mo na person mo interview South African media outlet okay no problem interview no almost say about day oh, basically about Meba Kotoko challenges and any ama bebre. Ya beto say Tinkler when no. Okwa betimi aka ho asem. Reach asem ni you. But when so dia untimi kan asem because me sure say South African media outlets no. Osori ya na prekupena no fair Tinkler na Tinkler se me kokasa. At least on be book no a day or two meboa. Reach before be ko interview na so no. On be the camera na questions are ye pese ye bisawo. Obeka tro mo say question A, question B, question C. Mo bisamia. Me answer. Enti me mo nko.
Based on the contract I mean.
Based on the contract.
Asante Kotoko.
Perfect. Ti sani e mani na because oba in their friend orientation.
Is it Jude? Unsam na wo kan na agree. But until say me no na be ye ni na ye be hu bi. Say am papa no ne contract ne it's been enshrined in his obia and send me say wuntimi Ghana de no. I think that papa na sem na okay. There's nothing wrong with it.
Rich, asem na make you now.
That is the current state of something.
I'm saying say to you.
Asem me buy you know. Me think la me buy you know. Ade am hu say baby akotoko training anye. Dude utu. E do nim say baby akotoko play training. No problem.
Asem make you na say.
Enti are you saying say think la me bo. Think and you see
yes.
Asame buy no. Mate a lot of Kotoko fans are moving so as a fium come
of course.
But papa ne dey kwa bonten.
Yes, also muja.
Which is strong.
No, Rich. They are right. It is not wrong. No.
Jude, and
they are right. The supporters are right.
Until I make a say.
Yes.
Asama papa ne kan. Why not Ghana ha? Why not Ghana ha? Papa na sometimes okay, emu ba ko kra udandro. Rich,
I don't make us somebody.
It's an open secret.
No, Rich, obi anim say it's an open secret. Into cast me bo, me o multimedia. And to be an interview me on one met me aka once man. Also say in as much that's why I say in as much as a multimedia, I hear near me here, near my own care. You just would love to work with them. Uti. The working conditions are perfect. But it's an institution or no so the challenges. So I say. But means me konye interview. Na me interview na. Na me care about the problems of multimedia. No. The bit you can say multimedia just like any other institution. They have their challenges. But the point is that challenges and Penny from you said this is the vision and the mission statement. They are working towards it. So and now maybe because they say no. Unim yaka Brandon, And your Brandon assembly can see yaka Brandon assembly. Brandon assembly can. And Tinkler, one more to a subject of ridicule. One who South Africa, South African media no, Kotoko is a big club and your ordinary club. It is South African media no, definitely South story why and I say interview. Bra, a better trend or hopper. Shed the negativity room apart from South Africa. Uti, your other media outlet, almost about Pekes Adiano, and they would want to discuss it because anything about Kotoko is big, just like how to folk. Every issue about them is a news cashier. Uti, so it is wrong. In Tiana heard the picture of Diama about Asante Kotoko. For now, outside media, no, we made a bad picture about them. Say no to you and the palm penny for us here, Anything like one cancer project now was no. Oh, my attention about the free show. Rather, some yama we need the negativity and the press ebano. And I know the man for besomo. Abaya some who many are hassle for, and they are right because I got to go not to church because social media, because how to folk that's a nice project. I say I'm no anymore about Poppy man. Kotoko the betrayal rival I has uti. Think like no per contract minimum say Kotoko betrayal rival has. Who see any baby also to me sen udi you see only me project me penko wana odi abasisi ano there be am casting we yen coaches yes set you up to fail coach in buy how they share the contract me ko league shahase mame meanwhile baby a player now also on question tio player now who they share me coach contract mu say go and win the league fameko Africa any ade no baby a players no fundamentals baby obe training who born no bokra ko born no park ni onibi rich obanaya well nanka all right no rich meba
is in the fact that meba
you knew before you came on board
Jude
I promise you
mejetum ebi kra oban oh yes asante ko obi ogogo ko yes asante ko etrenu adakojachi then no agogo okay almost facility ni blah 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 and a picture and there is a video then on one castle fly from South Africa wabedu Ghana wakwa adakojachi training grounds other than see park it's Ghana players in training
rich South Africa to Ghana
that does not mean say on team can so
can you rich matwas rich everything clear any nipa wo ha I think like whatever information or about Adekojachi obenya and any top class coach oh yeah worth his salt unim the obey and yes obe 50% or sign contract your name be bra or background checks no and you knew all these problems before you came on board. So don't create the impression as if say as a wababa beton adie bi mu a oh ba no now nya we it is wrong
menya sure so creative impression
no that is
he's talking reality
reality no it is say the baby a wo hide ne say ko ba ne say adwuma na nkoyi a utie adwuma na nkoyi a these are the problems ababa beton hence people should understand me. That is the impression he's creating. It is wrong. Wait, let's tell him say utie adekoja no et say anso na man for the abajelega tio adekoja no e fit to say anete ana kotoko abo afet
and say ya
debi
me challenge no
nka say you say ban person oti ase say adekoja ne ya ka no ene kotoko training grounds ne some problems no awo since time memorial enso ya the abaje Africa nkruwa mienu since time memorial utie Herbert Mensah, Hansita Smith, Mode Kotoko Africa Finals. That's our problem. We were and Smith and Dopmunya Baby. Yet Tomoko Africa Finals. What are we talking about? Rich, men Kasa Mem Yen football no grew. I agree. you drew love line not just about pitch so and before pitch so benya results so me jitum say ye oniema bi ye which board now appreciate mpanyimfo appreciate and no more taking those steps so let's commend them sadia na omo kan so omo take initiative omo anya hwea then we can bust them and to think like you are aware of all these problems so why create the impression as a wouldn't be na sadelo ababetum and then kotoko be subject of ridicule because we tell my dear now say yenya stadium yenya training grounds are make ye because me kotoko ba make no crack you retuti kotoko nya sa nyama na ebo no adentia Brandon na ya kan asem no say otesia say Man City the richest club in the world, Real Madrid the richest club in the world, Manchester United the richest club in the world. You can and you say sika egu ne bank account mo asem ne ekon utie ye fa club na ye fa ne niema na japade and you can say club boy and the richest club in the world kotoko nim so hia sa niema no. Secondly we no free ho no mo a say o to player na betimi aton na board an aya mo stadium de bi me kire mo na mo ma adwene mra so mo nim de nti out me who player free North Africa obi o nim ball no mbo nchai kotoko player na has play o but obeti say player na turn $1 million $2 million sa player ne sa age corner no obebe kotoko ne has obi o no so turn no but turn dey $200,000 $300,000 rich onim de nti a because one say you to player yes, facilities our development idea player no investment our you ye hwe ni nyina na say player no sikasem utua ne kasai ye take sa ne man he e na bi on no Orlando Pirates ba the fact asante kotoko player Sonny Akuba asase no Dr. Kwame Chei ene ne mpanyimfo say kotoko nya $500,000 Orlando Pirates to betua $300,000 no more pa kotoko acho kotoko semenje unim the Orlando Pirates here later omu ba bia kotoko any training. Oh, who says Sonny Akuba na ketu and do 3,000 cities in that I know around 2,500 cities. And I'm saying what? I say na money I can na mo player na mo kakra no. Sa na ketu and do even 3,000 cities in. Secondly, mo kra mo training grounds kra na mo training kra. It is bad. And investment by na go player no mo pesa 500 no. Okay. And minim ye gitum say ansa na betimi ato players impo aboden ato ni ye. Na you say do the next level no. The basics we need to get it right. Which infrastructure? A cardinal, a very key, a very salient. Ye nim free so. Ye nim sa man. Ye nim sa was here players well paid. Ye nim. Ye nim so see it maintain team for at least 2-3 seasons. Nim na coach yes bebo. But there are my problems no. You knew it before you came on board and it was the reason in here do by said.
Guess I totally disagree with Jude. But the fact that Ghanaians and Kotoko already knows about the issue, that doesn't mean I shouldn't say it because for how long will Kotoko continue to face these issues? Okay, guest and now this message at the Abba. I must say, good morning, Richardo. If there are challenges in our, I say there are challenges in our part of the world, let's open up and talk about it so that the duty bearers can act on them. But must we measured as well? Me should see the message no.
So we must be measured. When we are talking, we must be measured. So let's open and talk about the problems in our part of the world. But we must also be measured as well.
Oh, okay. Ubetimi akabat okay. Sebi hu kwanya obefa so a. Obeka na de no yo said you obeka bia waka na anyeza. Okay. Minya parking 8 issue no US. As a Ghanaian don't like truth. No wonder the country isn't progressing in all fronts. When was the last time Asantokoro won the league? Chairman, Ovi,
interviews and
think last more okay. But before baby no, breaking news a FIFA eba and it's a team from Karela. You're banning almost from registering players. I'm yet to read the full verdict now FIFA the ban, but according to the breaking news eba and it's a FIFA banned Karela United from registering players for 3 registration period. Okay. And Yena Maye enough my reason in Tia. Edwina. But Tinkler as a monk can
what the Tinkler see as a monk?
I see.
No, he found no cano.
South Africa media outlet from Metro FM. Let me check the yeah, Metro FM South Africa.
But all voice,
of course, my voice. My voice in the man. Okay. With a popular request by Fifi Manfred. Okay. Interview.
I think the modern game is demand now, or the expectations of all club owners is success, and obviously that is what the club wants, and that's also what I want. I came here to be a successful coach. I came here to try and get this club qualify again for the Champions League. But the club is well aware of the challenges that they face, both financially, also in terms of infrastructure, looking to try and create an environment that is more professional. We've had to deal with a lot of indiscipline at the club. And I think a lot of that stems from a number of factors, and the club is aware of that, So I think I will be judged, obviously, on results and performance, but at the same time, the club is well aware of the difficulties that we face.
Okay.
Rich, we're in your problem. There is nothing untoward about what everything like okay. There be anything did that. Which sometimes say, analyze your. That's why I asked for you to play it for me again, because I wanted to listen to the diction of Eric Tinkler. See, I'm sure, and in your question, I'm sure he was asked about where Kotoko are as a club, or by what are the good things. I'm sure he probably has spoken about the good things. And so what's in the two key things that he kept on saying is that the club is well aware. Essentially, he's mentioned these are the things that are there. And okay, say Kotoko problem as a club. And you say a bad team. Me sure say the South Africa guys are Kotoko Krani in himself first. I want to book CAF champions to get Jibini there. Now then maybe that's why you say that in the last few years, you have problem kakra. Your infrastructure problem be ISS sorting it out. I thought there be a financial constraint, so now as a no hoodie down kakra, but the club is well aware, management here well aware, and we are trying to devise ways the best solve the problem. Rich, that is the most important thing. I don't think that Eric Tinkler has gone overboard, and I say he has overstepped. He has not. And now there was an interview, Rich. Yebisa Jabi Alonso about Chelsea team, and what he saw as problems from outside. Or say, talent's not Chelsea for what they know, but talent's not enough. We know this, and it is good that's not clubbing him. There's nothing wrong with that. Rich has to focus for, and then Kotoko AC dying crying. Say Danny 200. The friend is saying floors come make us you're crazy 600 floors. There will always be banter. It is not what everything like Okoka and Ebema has for BBD Kotoko from Poa. Their coach in a can he means well. Yes, MAN starts necessary pressure to coach and so and intense supporters against the man. Yeah. He is saying that as a club, these are the challenges, and those are the challenges of Kotoko. Hey, now one ka wedro wasema one ka we yare one ka yare be me yeah man can't job it was a simple harmless interview. I can understand that Jude makes a salient point about protecting the integrity and image of Asante Kotoko, but this is different from the example he sought to make. Say okay, we had more multimedia now ko can some money for multimedia. I can tell you some of the ills of the company that we can do well in. I can mention there's nothing wrong with it. I can tell you for a fact. I can tell you no. And yes, sir, Crampo. And yes, sir. Rich, when you are working with a company like multimedia, with respect to saying in your manner, there is strict corporate rules that guides you. It's rich. Unje. A different company. Na ebi nipa na yebi media company wa yebi no afane ho but it's a downside on multimedia. Multimedia is a perfect company, but that doesn't mean say that is it. Ebia Crampa, our clients have even told us say, oh, the way your cost of advertisement boarding if somebody me say yeah, I think say other companies no. Oh, they be 500 cedi nya ko be on bed by the first new problem kakra with your fixed amount here share away you bit me flexible. No management member will tell me that I'm putting the name of the company to distribute unless the management member doesn't understand what progress is. So Eric Tinkler has said the things that he knew, and it's important for Sante Kotoko to take that and make sure say Omadi Nkomo Elkukwem and we'll take it from there. Mr. We Kotokunia. We nya to free.
Kokana coach na
yeah fly you be share has for be share on betwa mpo ba nye. We are doing our job. He said it. But beyond that, as a fan, that's why you need the analysis of the
union practicality to na me be lines to na mo so matimi aba 0322083581 83582 83583 kosua computer wate na enadwuma bi a obiase bi the computer na ye enunti ana makacho say emre ni nie computer no de onimu ho ekura kọ ye be kire obi so onuma wusua de kakra erefa computer but wansua nkobunum eno so kwa obetua upgrade ho so ho na bibia kama network and cyber security engineering computer business and office administration data analytics AI nom de AI ni na so ho kwa ye betumi achew na so no wetumi edi aye adwuma na data say asana bi obia betumi asua computer ntino ene the discount at the bar obia oba besua de awo UPI bia na yema discounter e betumi aboana tisika no so na so timi aba besua de sukui awsesan so ya bus stop no asi no friend number 0555 383848 namno mu ni nkomo maka cho say bigo energy drink nso de onom bia bebo pa titiriu se bia wo ye dwuma bi no abre ade achi a wo kwa dwuma no wotumi se honam nyina che se wote bran kasa eno nso beto bigo energy drink no anom onom wie ya bo nso ho atọ fom na okobu adwuma na bibia no ay kama enso edi ama wan kasa maybe lines no yemfa eye mo course no yese menya first caller.
Hello Luchado.
Yes sir.
Luchado yimani wa tete kimi asafo. Na po na wisa fa le dwuma mabo amawo. Arabo coach ni de asema no no atano. So mo say how you gonna asepa ni gana asu na enya yes na mo wi asede. Ya kan wa say. Na so dia ba ti ata. Yes ko ti so mo hu bi say na o mo ko. No so ehu ne ko enso kan po no. Ko ya kan nko fo de no aye kan fo no. So no de no obi an kan nko be ni yama wa be kan wa say. Ama na udi ekie kan wa say. Enti yes ko ti so mo so bi sa mo so gana focus mo fa yes ade. O mo so bi bi film. So mo bi sa o mo so e kan po a. O mo pam na mo kan wa say. Enya better wati. So no na me.
That's pa. I am far from hello.
Hello, Rick.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Judinya, on that of continuity. On the Judy, not of continuity. This year, you're going to tell would be kind of compensation. It's a misrem, but now, what a long empty. It's a moment can my team.
Yate, and so that's the next caller. Hello.
Hello, Richard.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
But you're here.
Yamiadum.
But you're saying it's a free a bit.
Okay.
I think not no kind. Now, you do have another idea. Ghana, I'm going to say that because the corner instead of you think, my mom, papa, and that's the woman like they go to come and open more time. That is never touching the
okay, it has a bar. Young finance caller. Hello.
Hello, Shadow.
Yes, sir.
I'm so crazy. Papa, now some not high, no. No, don't care. I may understand. Okay, training dance. I was done a media man. No one has a form for him. So, as I said, today I can press a chance with Yamadi. I'm a performance to work the panel. Oh, Germany, and the point of the century, and the compliance to Mokwan. Before, I see the money I think.
consistency. One money, and one money. Oh, and the man and the crano. And the waka. Now, I must be a salmon.
That's it. Well, I know said that and now tea. Sorry, sir, may you a free so young for before. Hello.
Ricardo.
Yes, sir.
When you're Velasco, Elias, no size.
Okay, Velasco, it's you.
The charity they were called here.
Let me alone.
The next part. I'm sure you. You can you time why? And what bless. The can say, Kutupo and the Mabudo actually protecting there. Because tomorrow, opportunity because this year, Ocean coach, the way it's we see to in the manner. This year, the matter. The bay, my the last year, I say, boy, we become not yet say, the more very shares are the same year, but this is a coach by the bay. So, what is in Yano, or you can come out of a tree. This is a football team, the little kid, but listen,
yeah, that's a Akowa Gideon. I say I respectfully disagree with Jude's take on the coach comment. The issue of indiscipline, bad infrastructure, and poor financing at Kumasi Sandoko are real and have been affecting the club. Akowa Gideon, and I this message.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Tado. Good morning.
Good morning.
Ghana Ankasa, from Daniel, the Kasafri, Edusasutrin.
Okay.
Ghana Ankasa, and Penupeka. And Pepico, a parker, a training guys are before you training, and no Ghana. Coach Nadi, all kind of one company beer. The Ghana for no, Waka, or no money. So, that's a fire, Richard.
Okay. Yen so ye das yen fa last caller na infantry an kitu abimra. Hello.
Hello.
Sorry dan ebony.
Champion man with chado.
Bra panim patcho meet you.
Boss, we da say mama cha no be da phone nya, you man ba no de ke this watch show pa. Hey, mon pa no go dem bablo. O my team mu ci cricket country. Enso bi kan no kran so a na I am Papa go tell you that man on the punch the Papa just no okay enya no kre.
No cross man no aka no.
No cross man no aka no. So, Maza, I no pressure my major party na do be ma ko yifiri ma on fa no. On fa na da.
Antina now the example.
Obe.
Antina now the example.
So, on na ya. Ya so ma me nei de sao so de wa do. O go fe ja free sao. On na ya.
Okay.
So, edi ye ba sere, eno kwenda ono manu aka. Mo hu eno kwa na asem na wo kan se wo kan eno kwa zenya no kure. Eno kura, ye tu wana mo na abo na gana fu bona kure ni so. Aha na e se de ele padri wadri mpomo.
Adai.
Ele padri wadri womo.
En se mbaji bibia.
Oh, na ze afidi ele kadua.
That's it. Richard Manu message no mami ntwamu kitu abi me ba me kan message na dia ma ho. Me nchakra be ibi peda me kan message na akade dina no. Emfa ma mpapjo ye. Na what to say?
Nyame adom mpai bo na wo so e.
Nyame adom me ho ye pa.
Ano pay me pay outfit no.
Na so so dey efe. So wa for the efe pa. Very nice outfit.
Oh, thanks so much.
Efe pa. Do pam en nsa no fe.
That's menu. That's pa.
Kumasa Sante Kotoko coach na nka asem mia ni ho no pay. Ana menka se papa na kofa asem abo se die you. Though is an open secret, but normally, on time to say your coach is near no mtikuru omoka. I don't know ebia omutikuru and to me feel okay. Oh, say a problem I in him. Enti me kan dia na eni about some na me beka no. But it seems and abofuni there. Omoba with the infrastructure omo hu no ba bi nti no. Omo no de compare there na. Omo say no. As a football mo ye there but mo there no form. I tell for Kumasa Sante Kotoko, our head coach, Eric Tinkler, and now on South Africa, our radio station be from Metro FM, South Africa, on our interview. In fact, interview no can send me bring and I'm person from Bako. near dim come probably feature na de kono ya kan na yi ni baako ana ye din komo no de ko na sene be ya etie fon ko kasa me na maka asam de aso da no nti no me pese me born a voice no na kakum
ya papa ya nja prophet man ya papa Ebenezer ya nja na no why ni kwaku no oh father
yentie kuma Asante Kotoko coach I think la na sam na okoka akofan sempi di aba no no bia meka se me and I make some of the arsenal.
I think, the modern game is demand now, or the expectations of all club owners is success. And obviously that is what the club wants, and that's also what I want. I came here to be a successful coach. I came here to try and get this club qualify again for the Champions League. But the club is well aware of the challenges that they face, both financially, also in terms of infrastructure, looking to try and create an environment that is more professional. We've had to deal with a lot of indiscipline at the club. And I think a lot of that stems from a number of factors. And the club is aware of that, So I think I will be judged, obviously, on results and performance. But at the same time, the club is well aware of the...
I'm so one okay. I said for yana ya sorry na ya kofa do makase no etimi edi amamu ena no pe na before I be kokra no Richard Menu I said they don't do investment in a club, no investment in the players. They don't take players, they don't take care of players when they are injured, yet they expect the players to give their best to the club. Mediocrity all over. Okay, the message of the Abraham. And so, no, yenya birthday, quick, na, yen sorry, and far and free, enkunyam. First one, Eko Adiama, Abrante Fense, Frank Ajenim Boateng, Frank our UK, and Frank Ajenim Boateng, where the Mian Kasami name. Frank, so UK, I come to Munse Bibre, Yankupon, Omo Bain, Nadia Dewa Kuma Subia, and a special day in your life, Yankupon inshallah no nyo kese happy birthday to you na de okra prehwehwe bia no Yankupon enye ni na emfama we free perpetua ni padodo na friend pipi na o say yem show happy birthday Frank Ajenim Boateng awo UK na Biankasa mimia tilo wo yo di ni wie mamu anya ha se de usuye men wo de ye na Jeff ma chairman ni di ni wi ano ma ya apia sa apia ku bi di ni nye
ha na mse na ye sa boss no
okay mpacho ma menya apia ku bi di no apia ku bi wi asem nsam host o se yemhye Mr. 7 Kodo a champion awo breman abusuakruwa happy birthday Mr. 7 nyame shop na onya okese de de wakoma so bia Nyankopon enye ni na emfama nipa dodo na efa aban happy birthday Mr. 7 Kodo a champion awo breman abusuakruwa
Richardo and Mega Sami International Abna Golden Emame a birthday na Mrs. Naomi Brimpon ono and first lady Edema Lord Shepherd Chapel Ministry ewo Abidjan Kwanta eno ana Mrs. happy birthday to you ponshao nonko so no onyo kase onyu fa domu non san fa nko do wanga sa oba Abna Golden and fa ukru champion sofo pastor no omo ina sem fe chef am so na me show happy birthday
Atefu Edmasia yakofa dum kase no amamanyame ya adoma yebesan mu ehye ba ya na obra atwan jumadi no atoaso edi amamsisi ade yakrama yakwa